be a friend, and that's what a true friend does, you know. And Rick's very much like that in the studio, super hands-on. So the pictures that I feel like he has this persona of being like elusive on the couch.
Yeah.
Like 2 words, 3 words. That's at least that was not the case here. He was on his feet. He was hands-on the entire process. Still is continually talking with me about visuals and videos. And I mean, he's very invested.
Well, and it seems like too, Dan, in just listening to him and reading interviews and things as I have over the years, he is not, it doesn't seem like he's a guy that's resting on what he did. Like he is still trying to expand and do something different. And, you know, not only for himself, but also for the band as well. He seems like there's a continual cycle of pushing and not, again, resting on laurels there, which, you know, I think would be an easy thing to do if you've got that name.
Yeah, no, Rick is all about challenging the art, not for the sake of challenging it, but for the sake of it being exciting and fulfilling. Anything that we worked on, he only wanted to work on things that were exciting to him. He would use this word a lot where he'd just talk about things that are in the box. And he would just say, I like that song, but it's just boxy. Or I like that song, but it's, I feel like I've heard it, you know. And he's always looking to do something new. But he also is looking to create timeless, great songs. And that's wherein lies the magic, because I don't want to say it's easy, but it's you can definitely do something.
Hey! Good morning, everybody. Hello on this Tuesday. Blah. I know it's tough to get out of bed today.
Yeah, man.
I know it's tough to get motivated today, but we got to do it.
It's dynamic.
We got to do it.
It's a dynamic day. Without these days, what would the sunny days be? Would they be?
We appreciate the sunny days more.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I think
is.
it comes back.
Now, this is all the remnants of that hurricane.
Hurricane
Burl. Is that a boy's name or a girl's name?
I think we should go back to just naming hurricanes after women.
What?
All right? I'm old school that way.
Is that what they used to do? Only women?
Only women.
In his head.
No, that was a thing.
Are you saying tropical storms are sexist?
Yeah, I think it's alternating years.
No.
It's every one. It's a guy and a girl name.
There was a point where all the hurricanes and tropical storms were named after women.
I mean, I'm cool with it.
Is that true, or is that just in your zeitgeist? Like,
no,
they switched it up 20.
What the world?
Like 2010, 2011, something like that.
No.
Has there ever been a Hurricane Lauren? Because I hope not, but...
Look it up.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Well, when was Andrew? Andrew was 04? Or was that the 90s?
I'm talking back in the day. Back in the day. When that day was, I'm not sure. But there was a time
Yeah, no. I think
when
you're
we
right.
just named hurricanes after women.
All right, ended in 78.
Ended in 78.
Andrew was in the 80s, or in the 90s, right? Katrina was 04. Andrew was like 97 or something.
Yeah.
Man.
You sound very sure.
Yeah, when everything changed.
Is that when we were able to get our own checking accounts?
78?
Yeah.
Yeah, women were able to get on their own checking accounts, drive, and then we stopped naming storms
What a year.
exclusively.
And we were born that year. You're welcome.
Oh,
Yep.
my God.
Wow.
We ushered in
God.
an era of equality.
Hurricane Andrew was 1992.
92.
Holy crud.
What was the one that got New Jersey?
That was Superstorm Sandy.
That's right.
Wasn't even a hurricane.
Yeah, I don't think it was a
It's
hurricane.
embarrassing.
I think they still... Superstorms are still named after women, I think. All right, back to
Good.
That up.
Good.
We all have to be quiet. You can write
No,
as
I
far
was
as you want.
The gears were turning.
Were they? Oh.
The gears
Is
were
that
turning.
what that sounds like? Just
Where did
silence
you
from
do
men?
your research?
What do you do for money? Yeah.
I remember back in the 80s, a hurricane came through New York. Hurricane Gloria.
I'm sorry.
Hurricane Gloria.
Cue the hole.
That's right. It was a big deal back then. I think, I want to say 87, 88.
Okay.
They should just stop using names in general, dude. It sounds too friendly.
It was 85.
You know what I mean? Like
85.
Because everybody knows somebody with that name, and so you're like, oh, they're a really good
Oh,
person.
Hurricane Ruth's coming through, huh?
Aw, man.
I hadn't seen her in a while. It's like, it used to be like Hurricane Diablo. Need to have like wrestler names. Like if Hurricane Undertaker was coming through, you would seek shelter.
What about
Hurricane Damien.
Hurricane Hogan.
Yeah.
People would go out into the water for that one.
Destroying your house, America. Yeah.
Well, today we get the remnants of Hurricane Beryl. Mm-hmm. B-E-R-Y-L.
You got to say. You got to say.
Burl.
Beryl.
Burl.
Hurricane Beryl.
Damn it, Burl.
Hurricane Burl.
That feels like a guy
Come on,
named
please.
Beryl has been complaining for a long time that they never use. That'd be like me calling up the storm center and be like, not a Hurricane Rafe in 100 years? That's pretty messed up. I feel like they're placating somebody.
Right.
There had to be better names out there.
Or they just went through a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably hearing hearing and remembering maybe one hurricane out of 10.
Well, we're at the bottom of the barrel, am I right? Never again. I got some, well, my wife's got some relatives in town. They rolled in last night, and they're here for about 24 hours. And they asked my wife to take them to one place in St. Louis to really get the we're in St. Louis thing.
The Spaghetti Factory.
Yeah.
And that's where they're going.
Okay.
That's awesome.
What?
You know what I'm talking
The
about.
spaghetti, the old spaghetti factory.
Yeah. Downtown, like the Lend.
No,
we're going to the valley.
The one in the valley. It's the old spaghetti factory.
No,
Oh, yeah.
man.
We went there on, was it New Year's? I think we went there for New Year's.
The old spaghetti factory?
Yeah.
It
It's got the
rips,
train
though.
inside, like the.
I've never been in
The
there.
caboose or
Yeah,
something.
you get spumoni.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The kids
All right.
enjoyed it.
Gonna take you guys to an old school place called the Old Spaghetti Factory. Yeah, St. Louis institution. No, she was trying to rack her brain, like, where the hell am I gonna take them? Like, what is the thing? What is the thing? They're in town for 24 hours.
Big Amico sign, right?
Barbie, you talking about food?
No,
Oh.
no, a scenic. It's the Arch. I mean,
Oh.
where else are you
You know,
gonna
I
take
still
see it
haven't
as
been
they
to the new
fly
museum.
in.
Have you been to the new museum?
I have. It's great.
Is it nice?
It is, but it's a quick. It's a.
Oh.
You do it in 5 minutes, unless
it-
you go up.
As a kid, it was so big.
It's cool. I mean, they've redone the entire basement down there. It looks kind of futuristic.
Do they still have a wagon?
Yes.
Oh,
They have the old school. You know,
Oh,
where
that
you
was a
can see
Lewis
the-
and Clark, right? The
Yeah, it's like a bison.
Lewis and Clark exhibit, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that there?
I thought so. I haven't seen the new one at all. But, oh man, never mind. With this weather, I was going to say the zoo, dude. The zoo is the
They're
thing.
not zoo
but-
people. They're in their 60s. Nobody wants to go to the zoo. And,
Whoa.
Oh, in their 60s.
I don't know. If you
They're
had,
in their 60s.
take
if you were,
them- take
think
them
of
to
it this
a-
way:
Go to
take them
if
to a
you were
monument.
leaving
they're from
St.
New York.
Louis,
They go to the zoo. You seen one animal here, you seen the same animal there. Am I right?
if this was your last day in St. Louis, what would you want to see before? And you never get to come back. What would you want to see one last time? And that's where you take people.
That's a
Right?
great question.
Honestly.
The fact that I don't have
let's,
an answer
let's be honest
troubles
about
me.
this. Let's be honest.
Okay.
The zoo, it's great. It's free. But if I've seen a hippo here, I've seen a hippo there.
Okay. You don't want to go to the zoo. We get it.
I will say, how many zoos
I'm
have you
just
been
saying.
to? How many zoos have you been to?
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go more.
You don't find it kind of cool to find that like some people have their bear enclosures much closer to folks. Some people have they don't have the sea
What do you mean
lion
they're bear
thing.
enclosure closer?
I don't know, man.
Folks? I would think there's
At the
a
petting zoos.
set limit
No. I went to
where
something.
we should keep the humans away from the bears.
Dude, I went to some weird zoo in Minnesota that wasn't even like a zoo. It was just like in a park, and it was like, if you want to see some bears, there's bears over there.
Go to the
okay.
hill.
We walked over, dude. There's 3 or 4 polar bears, and you're kind of walking amongst them in a weird way. I mean, you're obviously separated by glass, but it was totally different experience. Totally different. So
Yeah.
might be their thing.
They like to eat.
It's
What do
not
they
their
like to
thing.
do?
This is not an eating. They're not going to eat their way through St. Louis.
The hill, the loop.
Yeah, the
you go to
loop
the
is
hill-
rad.
The
If you
loop.
go to the
Yeah,
hill-
take some 60-year-olds to the loop.
Again, if you go into the hill
their
and you're
vibe.
not going to eat, what is there?
There's a market, an Italian market, where you can buy your own pasta.
Okay, again, this is going to be a non-eating.
Oh,
Okay.
they're not eating it all
This
while
is
they're here? What the hell-
non-eating tour
What's up with
stuff.
these people? We have good food
No, they're going to eat. We're going to have dinner later.
at the house. Ugh.
Oh man, on a rainy day too. This
Wow.
This is a conundrum.
What do you mean? I'm
What
at
are you
work.
making a steak? What's happening?
I'm at work, and they're going to go do something. today.
West County Mall.
Well, we have a national
Again,
park. Why don't you take them to
The
Jellystone?
Claire's is the same here as it is in New York.
So, to answer your question,
Yeah.
what would you do? You got one last day in this
I'm going to
town.
the
Where are you
Loop.
going?
I've loved it since I moved here.
No.
I love the Loop.
Let's
High
not
five.
skirt the question. Where are we taking these people?
Well, yeah, I know.
That's what
I'm
we're
just
answering.
trying to do her exercise.
This is the exercise. You're never coming back to St. Louis. What is the last thing? And you've seen it all. What is the last thing that you're going to see that you want to remember?
It's the Arch.
Then go to the Arch.
They
You?
are going to the Arch.
That's
No,
what,
me?
That's what you would do?
Hell no.
If you're going to go to a city once, these people are probably never coming back.
Oh, yeah. You know
Who's
what you
it?
do? 6:45 tonight. Cards take on the Royals.
Are they,
Yeah, there you go.
have they been to Cathedral Basilica?
Yeah, that's
that
nice.
seems
That
like that seems like an
place
old
is
person stop.
stunning.
That seems like something an old person want to see. Because they're kind of
The
on their way
Fox?
out.
It's free and it's
Jewish.
beautiful.
Oh,
It's still
Here we
worth the
go.
art.
Well, you
The
see
Russian
architecture.
they're
Jews.
not
I don't know.
eating. We
I
got
don't know
religion
either.
involved.
I'm like, it's cool. It's,
Oh, dude.
It's breathtaking in
What'd you
there.
say, Scott?
I said it's like there's art. Like the whole thing is just.
That's a
His
5
breath has
minute.
been taken.
That's a 5 minute.
Hey, the art
No,
museum.
it's an hour
The art museum
plus.
is pretty sick.
The
Dude.
art museum, because
Yep.
that art is nowhere else.
Forest Park, you could go to Lake House or
Love
whatever
it.
the restaurant thing is called now, Boathouse, whatever.
I think
Forest
the
Park.
only answer. It's raining.
I think they have.
You're
one of
in the
original-
car, dude.
But again, I say art museum, and if you get lucky on the rain, you see the Cards play the
The
Royals
Arch
at
is the
6:45 is the
answer.
highest
You're gonna
7-7
go to a
today.
baseball game.
Missouri History Museum, dude, and the
There
art
you go.
museum.
I'm just
Both
thinking
free.
about like you're gonna jam 60-year-old cranky Russian Jews into the arch pods.
They're gonna hate
Well, they
it.
already got their tickets.
They're not gonna like
They're already
that.
going, and they got a boat ride.
sure that's
which
the
They have a
idea.
boat ride.
It's like a combo.
on the river.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
this whole thing
This
is a
is
mistake.
great.
That's why
Are you
I'm not
taking them
going.
there in a charter bus?
No,
That's what it seems
my
like.
wife is going.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
You have 24 hours in a city. They're never coming back.
I know, that's what I mean. What do you want to show them before they're gone?
It's the thing that they go back and say, we saw the Arch, because that's what people not from here know St. Louis for. They're not going to go to the Budweiser brewery. They're not heavy drinkers. I take that back. They're not beer drinkers. Now, if there was a vodka factory, yes,
Oh.
that would be a thing.
Central West End, what was the vodka bar down there? Sub-Zero. We go in with a little parka, what is it?
Again, that's an eating thing.
Oh.
Not going to day drink.
Ooh, you could take them to the chess piece.
It sounds like you've already.
No,
You're
I'm
just looking
saying,
for
was
validation for
was
the
this
Arch
a
here.
mistake? Here, you knock out a couple things with going down to the Arch. You drive through downtown. That's a
Wow.
thing in itself. You go, look, there's
Wowee.
that. There's that. The old courthouse.
You should take them for the trampoline tour in Overland.
Hey, before,
Maybe on the way home.
Before we get too far away from this, since I'm sure we're going to get destroyed for it, Beryl, the hurricane, that's a gal's name.
Nice.
Alberto was the first one, and then Beryl, and then the next one.
Was anybody questioning that name?
I was.
What? I thought we all agreed that it was a feller's name.
Oh no, I thought it was a chick's name.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's like a real old school. That's like a Ethel and Beryl. Beryl's the round one of the twins. Beryl.
Really? Why is that? Because barrels round? or-
Because all I hear is Beryl.
No offense to all the barrels out there.
There's no barrels listening. And if you are, email us in.
One barrel in St. Louis. She is pissed.
Sorry, that's a gal's name.
Hurricane Beryl. Yeah, that's why I feel good about the storm. It's as it should be.
Yeah.
Named after a woman. Am I right, Scott?
Yeah,
buddy.
my man.
Yeah.
My man.
My man.
It says the next one is Chris. Oh, here comes Chris.
That sucks. Chris is a cool guy's name.
Oh, that's the next name up.
That's what it says. Yeah, Alberto was the last one. Beryl.
Alberto.
And then
Beryl,
Chris,
and
Debbie, Ernesto,
There's the boathouse.
Ernesto, Francine, Gordon, Helene,
Helene.
they already
Isaac,
have them lined up.
Joyce, Kirk, Leslie.
Yeah,
Milton.
I think they announced the names like at the beginning of the season or something.
These
Hope
names.
we get a
Here
Thatcher.
comes Chris.
Here comes Chris. Everybody make
Ready,
way.
I'm gonna blow your house down.
You better go in the basement.
All the
Y'all better
Chris's
get in the
listening.
basement.
Chris is on its way. Hey, Chris.
I'm serious, y'all. You better get down that basement. I'm gonna blow.
Make way for Chris.
Hey, you know
I'm
who's-
coming through.
you know
Land ho! Here comes Chris.
You know who's following Chris? Debbie. Oh man.
And guess what? I brought Debbie, and so it's about to be on up in here.
Debbie's right behind me.
Toot toot, Hurricane Chris coming.
Oh man.
Landfall, y'all. Landfall. Y'all better get in the basement. I'm serious as hell.
Number
Chris
6.
been out to sea. The eye of the storm has arrived, my friends. Chris, get the hell off my porch. I'm serious. Hurricane Chris is at your Ring doorbell and is so weak he can't even get in. Y'all better unlock this door. Hurricane Chris is here.
Hello.
Get off my porch, Chris. I can see you. No. Y'all want Debbie? I'll go get Debbie.
Dude,
You'll be in serious trouble then.
16 on the list. Can you imagine losing your house to Patty?
Oh, sweet Patty. Oh,
Patty.
no.
I'd
Patty.
be more okay with Patty than Chris.
Oh, man.
Barrel.
It's not even Christopher. It's Chris.
I know.
Yeah, it's just Chris.
So informal.
Chris.
I feel like it's Chris with a K, and I know it's not, but it
It's
feels
not.
like it is.
Oh, man.
I feel the same way.
You know, I know it's C, but it feels like a K.
Barrel's looking pretty badass now.
Wow.
Chris.
Chris.
I've been down in the Gulf. I've had 3 margaritas, and Chris is back, baby.
Number 10 is Joyce, by the way.
Oh, no.
That's a good one.
It's Grandma's friend.
Joyce.
Oh God, let's not make Chris turn out to be like a deadly
Please,
Category
God, no.
5 storm.
There's a
Please,
hip hop
Hurricane
artist named
gods.
Hurricane Chris.
Oh, for real?
He's a
Yeah.
rapper.
I like how you say it, Rizz. That's hilarious.
Well, that's what in my head.
Chris.
As soon as you said it, I was like, yeah,
Yeah, that's
her.
it.
Oh, man. By the way, there have been 9 hurricanes and 4 major hurricanes already this year.
I know. Isn't that crazy? We only hear about some.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really hear about them
Well,
all.
because a lot of them putter out.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm glad. I don't want to hear about them all, but
Was Alberto anything to sneeze
There's
at?
so many out there.
I sometimes, again, I go down these like Wikipedia, looking up stuff, vortexes. And I have in the past looked up origins of storms because that's what I do.
So cool, man.
Yeah, he's a thrill.
And you know,
isn't he?
like,
Nerd.
and you know how some of these storms start. They start off with like, it's like a butterfly farts in Africa.
Yeah.
And
You've been watching too many movies.
That's how Chris started.
Chris is definitely a butterfly fart.
Tell you something, butterfly farted in Africa, and here I am.
I do have good news for Rafe here. Raphael is the R and William is the W.
If we get up that far.
Whoa.
Whoa, Rafe Williams,
You better
hurricane
hope we
season.
don't. Raphael's
Yeah,
coming with
a
a
lot of
different
these-
energy than Chris.
A lot of these storms start off in Africa and they kind of make their way across the ocean. And here comes Chris. Anyway,
Guess
Prancing
what?
across
Debbie's
the
right
ocean.
behind me.
Yeah.
You can hear everything y'all saying.
And she's pissed.
Debbie's pissed. A killer bee farted and made Debbie. Whole different animal, people. All right, Chris, just go home, man. We're going to the club. I feel like he would go in the club like, Hurricane Chris is here.
Oh, my gosh.
But its club is in Applebee's.
Hell yeah, it is.
Chris's club is the
It's happy hour.
Applebee's.
You know who's not going to do any damage? Number
What?
7, Gordon.
Oh,
Gordon's
sweet
coming
G.
in.
sweet
Oh.
coordination.
Gordon's coming in here just to high five the coast. And
Again, I don't want to jinx any of
Head
these
on out.
storms. By
No,
the way.
we're
not
diffusing them by
It's the
talking
beginning
about
of hurricane
They
season.
haven't even formed yet. Man.
Yeah.
No.
We're just looking at names now. That's all we're talking about.
Okay.
Coincidentally.
Well, they're going down to the arch.
This just in, Hurricane Chris devastates Cuba.
Oh,
like,
jeez.
oh, boy.
Local
Our
morning
bad.
show in St. Louis.
Adds another curse.
Jinxes entire southeast United States and Caribbean. Don't start putting that out there.
No.
So the aunt and uncle, they're going to the arch. They're going on a river cruise, if that's even happening today.
Chris in the chat just says, I hate y'all. I hate y'all. Chris, get out of the chat. I'm in the chat. Hurricane Chris just hit the chat. Chris. Go home, man. You've had 2 margaritas. Just sleep it off.
I remember the SNL skit where Chris Farley was El Nino. Yeah, that's what it makes me think of. El Nino.
I am El Nino.
I am El Nino.
In Spanish, that means the Nino.
The one thing, so when the aunt and uncle arrived last night, they were up in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
They went from New York up through Chicago, Wisconsin. They're looping back through St. Louis and going home.
You sound like Farley with Alice Cooper's tour right now.
Oh, so this is the last. This is the last.
This is the last stop until the last push to New York.
Better make it good.
The one thing, so they were seeing their son up in Wisconsin. Their son lives up in Wisconsin. And the one thing they said, and these people that have never been to the Midwest, they said everybody is so polite.
Yeah. Midwestern mentality.
Yep.
They said, and that's the first thing they said when they came into our house last night.
We call it the old Midwest manners.
Everybody is so effing polite. I said, well, not everybody.
Oh, no.
There's a lot of, and that was when I moved here. That was wow. Everybody's very polite here. It was a shock, and then you kind of settle in and you go, not everybody is.
Yeah.
But the Midwest has a reputation for being a little more polite than other areas of the country. Am I right? But is that really true? Is it true? So somebody polled 2,000 Midwesterners to find out. Now, they didn't poll people in other areas of the country, so there's no way to do an there's no way to do an apples to apples comparison.
Okay.
But here are some good-mannered things and how many Midwesterners actually do them. Do you apologize when you've done nothing wrong?
Yes. Like, instead of saying, excuse me, I say, oh, I'm sorry. Nothing's wrong there. You walked in front of somebody while they were looking at, cannellini beans at Schnucks.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Whoop, sorry.
74% of Midwesterners do that on the regular. Apologize when you've done nothing wrong. Wave to people you don't know. You do that?
My husband, every day of his life, is waving to people that he sees. Just
He's just Forrest Gumping.
Here he is. Hi.
Hi. Oh, hi.
On the boat doing this thing. Hand on the hip.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, oh.
Tim, stop waving at Chris, or he's not going to stop coming over.
Do you wave at people when they drive into your subdivision and you're outside?
If I'm driving, I wave to people. If they are doing yard work and they turn to see who's in the car, I go, hey. Like if I don't know them, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I do the one finger thing, where you just.
Where you flip them off?
Hey.
Nope. You just turn it up a little bit at the steering
It's
wheel.
almost, it's a half
Right
a Jeep
on.
wave.
Yeah. That's the Shelbina.
Pointing up to the lard.
Mm-hmm. The lard.
Yeah, because you see what he was doing? His hand hangs over like this, like his wrist is broken, and his hand is over the shelf of the wheel, and then he twists it upwards like this.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
And then that is very, dude, I didn't even think about that, but that is very country driving.
Yeah.
That
That's how
old
you do it.
Shelbina wave. You're on the highway, you just go, oh, I'm
All right.
acknowledging
Well,
you.
that's the lazy way of doing it.
Oh, that's the
lazy.
sweet way.
You know what else happens? Like if you're on a motorcycle and you're a rider, they all have a little thing that they do kind of towards their leg. There's a little motorcyclist, what's up, where you kind of point your finger.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
does
I'm on
that.
my Vespa, man, it's cool the respect I get from
That's right.
motorcyclists. Yeah.
It's a long way.
know
You
that's
a
right.
waiver? Hey. I'm a waiver.
City,
I'm a waiver.
I think the city took it out of me.
Oh, no.
In the city, you don't wave. Because you don't want to draw attention to yourself.
Come through
angry
my
people-
neighborhood now. There's no. I don't think. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I think
almost
when I get
gotta
out in the burbs, maybe I start waving again.
In the city,
I don't know.
in the city, you don't want to do anything to get attention.
Yeah, I don't know. Just people usually it's just people burning rubber through your neighborhood, driving too fast. If anything, I'm like, slow down.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of
Yeah,
Midwest
maybe
charm.
it's a suburb thing.
I don't know. It's fun to see their shock, though, when you wave at somebody that looks very angry walking down the street and you just wave real big.
I do, as a joke, like to wave at people to throw them off that I don't know. It's fun for me, sometimes to be at a stop sign in the city and then just be really give them the Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
I know them, and then be like, huh? And then just drive away. But it's not a charm
Yeah,
thing.
aggressively wave.
Yeah.
Like aggressive. Like if
Make
somebody
them think
sees
they
you,
left something on top of their
if somebody
car.
sees you, they go, something wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
He's waving so aggressively. 64% of Midwesterners say yes, they wave to people they don't know. Hold door for strangers. Yes.
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 If you're within the allotted amount of distance,
Which is?
I don't know, but if it feels like
Within 10 feet.
10 feet's the marker,
I think 10 feet's the marker.
10 feet.
I feel like it's
I
15.
think I may be a 20-footer.
Yeah, 15 or 20.
20-footer.
I think
and
it's-
we've all been there when we've done it, and they're too far away.
I know.
Yeah. And you go, oh no, I'm
now
sorry.
you've already
It closed
committed.
on its
No,
on
you've
its
already
own.
committed at that point. And then they go, they feel obligated. They do a little jog, and you go, no, don't rush.
It's 4 steps.
I had it.
But
4 steps. If they're within 4 steps,
That's about 8 feet.
it's the plan.
It's
That's
also
between 8 and 10 feet.
annoying whenever you're opening the door, then it seems like they slow down. And you're like, you're messing up the pacing here. You were on the right pace. I could have opened the door. You would have gone in. Everything's perfect. And instead, they like start slowing down. And then you're like, well, I don't know what to do now.
I held the door open for a couple people over the weekend.
Look at you.
It was a couple, and it was a lady first went through, and she said thank you, and the guy went right after and didn't grab the door from me and said nothing.
I like it.
And I got visibly upset. I may have said a couple words, not to the guy,
Under
but to
your
my
breath?
wife.
Oh, no.
And she says, you got to stop this.
You're going to get us killed. You have
No.
to stop.
She's like, you got to stop with this negative stuff. Like, the guy didn't say thank you
Move
when he
on.
held the door from
I
you.
mean,
he's a
You
mute.
got to let it go.
You and my mother are the same in that way. No, thank you. You might as well off yourself because
You're
Jill
welcome.
Is pissed.
I'm
Does
so
Jill say
nice.
you're welcome in a very sarcastic tone?
The passive aggressive, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
I didn't passive aggressive anything. I aggressively said to my wife,
F this guy.
F this guy.
Nice.
It's that Midwest night.
Well, I'm actually on your side for once. On the
And she
grumpy.
said, you got to stop this. You got to stop with this. I don't want to be in this world with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got to just let some of this stuff roll off. And I said, you know what, babe, you're right. You're right.
It's good to have a yin to your yang.
Yeah, I got to.
Let's follow him to his car, and then I'm going to let this go.
Yep.
You're right, but not
I'm going
today.
to pop 3 of his 4 tires.
And then I'll let it go.
I had a weird.
But I told her, I said, this should not stand.
Yeah.
And she goes, you're going to forget about it in 3 minutes.
Life ain't fair, man.
But you're talking about it today on the radio, so
I
she
know.
was wrong about that.
The world is not fair. It just happens. It's all right, man.
I regretted a door hold a day or 2 ago because it was at the gym, and I got to the door, and you get to the door and you can see the reflection, so I could see like a woman walking up behind me. She was very close, and I opened the door for her, but the way she said thank you made me feel like it made her very uncomfortable.
Oh, no.
And I was like, because we don't think
a question like thank you.
No, she just like
Thanks.
her shoulders were like in. She's like, thanks. She just seemed very like, and then I had to like run it back through my head of like, oh, maybe the gym makes women uncomfortable in general.
Maybe she just was an introvert and she was like,
Could be.
You know.
I instantly regretted it.
Some people get startled with human interaction.
Could be that. Could be that. I don't know what it was.
In
but
their head, they need to prepare themselves sometimes to speak to another human.
yeah. Maybe
And
she just
you-
thought I was going to walk right in.
And you, out of nowhere.
It was a city gym, and I gave her suburban gym treatment. Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, it was enough to ruin my day.
What time was it? Like daytime?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
daytime.
okay.
And yes, Hollis, on the instant feedback, there are city neighborhoods where people are nice. Holly Hills, Boulevard Heights, St. Louis Hills. You're right. The Hill. Yeah, there are, where Rafe lives, not so much.
Well,
He
I'm
lives
hill
on the
adjacent.
hill.
You're hill
I'm
adjacent.
hill adjacent.
You
Yeah, but-
are Tower Grove, though.
But unless it's
Consider, right?
unless it's your street,
Sour Grove.
like my grandmother lived down there, and
I wave at my neighbors.
yeah, I was gonna say like if it's your street, you're kind of checking, and you already know the cars, you already know the neighbors, you're waving at them. But everybody else, you're kind of like, I don't want them knowing I'm coming home. I don't want them knowing I'm
Well-
leaving home, and you just kind of stay to yourself. In the country, you almost find yourself waving just so you can be like, I belong here.
Well, and you
You
roll
know
into
me.
some neighborhoods and they wave at you just to see who you are. Like if you don't wave, they go, something's up with this guy. I'm going to keep an eye on him.
2020, when we were all locked down and didn't leave our homes, I would go on like a walk, and anybody I saw driving by, I'd be big waving, big arm.
Yeah, yeah.
Missed everybody.
We kind of have like somewhat of a cut through street, and I will find myself waving. Ooh, and I'm not going to say it's an intentional intimidation thing, but when you see somebody that you know is not supposed to be on your street, you wave so they know that everybody here is looking out.
That's what I'm
You know
saying, yeah.
what I'm saying? It's not an intimidation thing. It's just a, hey, we've noticed you, and you need to know that we're all looking. You know what I'm saying? It's like it
Starts as a wave and ends with a point.
Yeah.
Yep.
I point at my eyes,
point, yeah.
and then I point at his eyes. And
Point to your eyes, his eyes, and then down to your hip because you're holding
Whoa.
a baby.
You know
A baby.
You know what I'm saying, though,
Beautiful
right?
baby.
I see.
It's that, hey, you've been noticed.
Don't wake the baby.
So according to the results, so the team behind the survey crunched all the numbers and a couple more and scored each city on how polite it is. And according to the results, the nicest city in the Midwest with the kindest people is, congratulations, St. Paul, Minnesota.
Those jerks.
Yep.
St. Paul, Minnesota. The nicest state is also Minnesota.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know, they win that a lot. We talked about it a couple years ago. I don't know if it was the most polite or the nicest or whatever, but St. Paul was top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them.
And Minnesota is the nicest state.
It's a nice
state
place.
where the kindest people are.
It's a really nice place that my wife hates and will never return.
I've never been. Would love to visit.
She lived there for a while and was like,
It seems like there's a hardy people up there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You gotta be hardy to get through those winters.
I was going to say, I know everybody I know from up there is really a happy person in the summer because it's freaking beautiful. And they had to endure 9 months of crap.
And they appreciate it.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, look at this. It's like a new life. And they're like, oh, yeah, things are just so good because the weather's high 70s and beautiful. And
Well, our company's headquartered in Minneapolis. So we are required to say that, it's nice up there in Minnesota.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the best.
But
the
Of
best.
course.
it is wild in the wintertime when you're up there. The nightlife is still popping in
Yeah,
Minneapolis or
people
St.
having a
Paul,
good
both of
time.
them.
So, all right, nicest cities in the Midwest: St. Paul, Overland Park, Kansas, Naperville, Illinois,
Yeah.
Minneapolis, Minnesota,
Whoa,
and Des Moines, Iowa.
Is Naperville a Chicago suburb?
Yes.
It is.
Where's that?
It's a
By
Chicago
Schaumburg,
suburb.
I think.
It's a lake. Is it a
It's a
lake?
I think
neighboring
it's
city.
far enough south that it's not considered a burb.
Is it a lake city though?
I don't think so.
All right.
It's like almost.
Let's look at the map.
I feel like it's south of Joliet, which I think
Oh, no,
Joliet.
it's in the thicket of
It's by
Chicago.
Aurora.
Yeah, right by Wayne and Garth.
Stan Mikitas'
okay.
Donuts, right on.
It's west.
I stand corrected.
Of Chicago.
People from Chicago get touchy about that. A lot of people claim Chicago that live pretty far out.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it's full blown Chicago
Yeah, it's
suburb.
Chicago. Well, they're very nice over there.
Well, what makes this so nice?
They're nice over there. I don't know. The people are nice. They're happy.
They live
They're
next
happy
to,
they don't live in
right
Chicago.
next to Downers Grove. That's why.
They got
Don't go
down
through there,
so-
dude. They're a bummer.
Yeah. All right, now the rudest cities in the Midwest. My people. Although I'm not rude. I'm very polite. The two rudest cities in the Midwest are both in Indiana. Evansville and Fort Wayne. The two rudest.
Wow.
That's where the rotten people live. Evansville and Fort Wayne. Then it's Rockford, Illinois,
Oh, another
Nice.
suburb of Chicago.
Columbus, Ohio, Detroit, Michigan, and congratulations, St. Louis. We are number 9.
Oh boy.
Really?
Oh
Ninth
man.
rudest city in the Midwest.
I could see that in city limits, probably.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a different vibe.
Rockford is, by the way, it's kind of a rough place.
Well, if we all remember, as far as
Northern
rudeness
Illinois.
goes, when Clark Griswold stopped the family truckster in St. Louis to ask for directions, they were very rude to him.
They were not nice.
Very rude.
That's a great scene.
Man, F your mama. Is Tennessee? Tennessee's not the Midwest. Is it South?
I would say it's south.
Tennessee is
But there's parts of
considered
the
south.
Midwest.
They consider themselves south.
Okay,
It is
so-
below the Mason-Dixon line.
Okay, so Tennessee does consider themselves the South. Southern people also known for what? Being kind and polite?
Hospitality.
Hospitality. Southern hospitality.
Sometimes. It depends on where you are.
And well, of course, it depends on.
There's some places that
Even
are
in the
real.
Midwest.
Yeah, but there's like some southern places that are. I mean, you just said Evansville. Evansville's dang near south. That's the southern tip of Indiana. That's almost Kentucky. There's some, and I can't think of off the top of my head, but I've been to some southern towns, I'll say, that are real closed. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not from there, you're not welcome.
Okay, so Tennessee is considered the South, but what if you take somebody from the rudest state, Indiana, and put them in the South? They're still going to be rude. Still going to be a-holes. You're going to be an a-hole here and an a-hole there. It doesn't matter.
Right.
They'll get humbled quickly.
Will they?
Depends on where you're going.
Let's talk about a guy from Indiana who's relocated to Tennessee.
Okay.
All right.
Saddle up.
His name is Matthew Webster. And Matthew Webster is 62 years old and apparently president of his homeowners association. And he is the star of a video that's gone viral.
This guy.
This guy indeed. There's a video that's gone viral, not for a great reason for this guy. So I guess there were two, how old do you think these kids are? They're two early teens, right? 13, 14 years old?
Yeah, right around there.
So they are fishing in a subdivision lake. Mm-hmm. And apparently, if you were to fish in the subdivision lake, you need to be a resident of one of the houses that surrounds the lake.
Okay.
Oh, man. I was in this situation for years and years. My house had a lake in our backyard. It was like it butted up to it, but it was a different subdivision. Like my one street, our three houses, technically were not supposed to use the lake. And there was a trustee gal who would tattle on us and scream about it and scream at the kids, and it was obnoxious, but like nobody else cared.
Okay, so I have a lake behind my house. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a lake behind my house, and it's stocked with fish, and it's only for residents. I don't care. As long as you're not leaving garbage, as long as you're not being loud, as long as you're respectful, I don't care.
Yeah, I was the only one that fished there. I was the only one that was fishing there, and I wasn't fishing in somebody's backyard. I was at the bench that was attached to my backyard.
And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. If I see kids, and it happens all the time, if I see kids fishing in the lake, and I know they don't live in the area,
Yeah.
you know what I say?
Nothing.
Good for them.
Good for them. They're not
Yeah,
inside.
they're doing something.
They're outside.
It's like the Sandlot. They're not playing baseball, but at least they're doing something.
Okay, so all the boomers are complaining. These kids are inside all the time. They don't go outside and do anything. Well, these two kids in Tennessee, they're outside fishing. They don't seem to be bothering anybody, as far as I know with the video.
Sure.
Well, Matthew Webster, formerly of Indiana, now subdivision president at whatever this place is, Admiral's Landing, the Admiral's Landing neighborhood in
Yes.
Tennessee.
Very nice.
Sounds like nice
neighborhood.
houses. Yeah, that sounds pretty decent.
It's in East Knoxville.
So that's
And
a good part of town?
This apparently happened on June 24th. Matthew comes running outside. I don't know if he's warned these kids before, but Matthew was not having it today. And his fists are balled up, and he goes and he grabs the fishing rod out of the kid's hand, and he tries to snap it over his leg. Have you seen this video?
No.
I have not. Heard
And
about it.
I got some audio from it. I don't know. Overreaction, yes.
Yo, don't touch my rod. Don't f***ing touch my rod.
Trespassing on private property.
Don't threaten us.
You're trespassing on
Don't
private
threaten us.
property, young man.
We're waiting for the police to come.
You don't
We're waiting
need
for
to
the police
get
to
out
come.
of here. Leave.
No, we're gonna talk to
Leave.
them. We're gonna talk to them. You threatened
Leave.
us.
He's our president.
You threatened
Phone
us.
to go in the lake, young man.
You threatened us.
You want that phone to go in the lake? How'd I take that phone and put it in the lake?
Yeah, now I'll press charges.
For what?
Like assault. What?
For what?
Assault. I'm just
Get
trying to
out of
fish.
here.
threatened us and we walked up.
Get out of here. You're on private property. Get out of here.
We just said we wanted to wait. You touched me
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You touched me earlier.
Yeah, wait till your parents. Wait till I get a hold of your parents.
Call them.
Give me a call them right now.
My phone's dead.
Call them.
Man.
You call them.
I don't
Call
feel
your
like
parents.
this. I just talked
Call
to the
the
police. I'm gonna just talk to the police. You don't even know their number.
You live in your parents live in this neighborhood?
Don't worry about that.
Hey, listen, he knows everybody.
He said he did,
his
but I
last
think
name's
he's lying.
Smith. Do you know
Lighten up,
That
Francis.
woman in the background
This
is
is
annoying the
great.
crap out of
He's
me.
on our board.
He's on the
president.
board.
He's the president. His name's
He's our
Chris.
president. He is on the board.
Yeah, this guy's lost it. And I am looking at the stills of the video, and what a turd.
Legally, I don't think you can get in a fight in ankle socks. I think that's against the law.
He tried to chest up on this kid too.
I know.
Man,
did.
these kids
Like,
are like
you colossal
13, 14
dork.
years old. Just lighten up. God.
Think
And he
about
can
that.
barely keep his balance because he's old and
Think
he's
about-
trying to walk across
I
the
think he's had a
rocks.
couple drinks, too.
And
Yeah, he's been drinking.
Think about this guy. He was 25 at one point. He was some young guy who's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. And now, look at yourself, sir. look at if he could go back in time and show himself a video of this. Don't you think he'd be ashamed of himself
Yes.
too?
He's like angry
I
Greg
hope.
Warren. That's what he looks like.
What
He
happened?
looks like, oh, don't
Well, I'm
don't
just
you
saying,
dare speak Greg
he-
Warren's
Greg would
name.
have shouted takedown on these kids. They would have been pinned quick.
Dude, my favorite part, so I'm watching the video for the first time. My favorite part is he's one of these talkers where he does this with his hands. He makes the
he makes the
A-OK.
A-OK.
Is A-OK, A-OK in your face, A-OK in
It
your
goes
face.
on.
Smith lives in here? No. Okay, so what's your real name, buddy?
I'm not telling. I'll tell the police that. I'm not telling y'all that.
Wait, what's
You
the
don't
problem?
live in here.
Okay, we're just gonna wait till the police.
He knows everybody that
We're waiting for
lives
the
in here.
police.
He's the president. He's lived here for years.
He's the president.
Yeah.
And there's no Smith that lives in here.
We could stop fishing, but like we're just gonna wait for the police.
Yeah.
You don't live in here.
We're gonna wait for the police
He
to be
knows
here.
every family in here.
We're just gonna wait for the police.
Douchebags from.
I mean, really.
Where you guys from, man?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Well, your parents will be proud of you. Why don't you send me that video? I'll send them and show you what a fine young man they're raising.
And
Yeah, but you're cussing.
parents raise you pressing up on some 15-year-old
Video's going to look a lot
Yeah,
different
why are
than
you
he
pressing-
thinks.
Yeah.
Dude, these kids rule. I love that they're like, we'll wait till the cops come. Like they're like with it, who knows what the
Well,
rights
they
are.
took out
but-
their phones
Yeah.
when this guy came rolling up. I mean, you see the guy take the fishing rod out of the kid's hand and try to snap it over his leg.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's wild.
the fact that you're an adult and a pretty experienced adult now, if you're in your 60s or 70s or whatever, however old this guy is.
He's 62.
And you're talking to a 15-year-old and you don't understand like even how to speak. Like where have you been that you don't know how to just talk to a young person and know that you are the authority figure here. You're going to guide the conversation here. And then this guy's saying, "Oh, your parents are going to be ashamed of you," and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, "Dude, what planet have you lived on where
Well,
it's
and
okay to
it's
speak to a young
2024.
person like this?"
It's
You showed me that
2024.
video, and that's my son. Me and HOA are definitely going to have a conversation.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
gonna be-
Especially if
there's
you-
going to be something's going in that lake.
If
for
you
sure.
get in my kid's face like that and you kind of
Especially-
Earl Weaver chest bump him like you would an umpire.
Like, what's
And-
happened in
and
your
break his
life?
fishing rod.
That's what I'm saying.
And you know that fishing rod's his dad's. First
Yeah,
off.
it's $200. I just looked up.
Yeah. That's his dad's fishing rod.
I
He's
love
gonna
that
be
the
very
old
mad.
angry guy has a Tennessee Strong T-shirt on.
He
That's
does,
teal.
yes.
Yeah, you're cool.
Well, being that it's 2024,
This is Chris. He's our HOA president.
it's 2024, and the video went viral, and now they know everything about this guy.
Let's hear it.
Well,
Boy,
I'm not
can I
sure
just
to
say
tell you.
that-
They
Also-
know everything about this guy.
one thing about the video, for people that can't see it, the kids are not like chesting this guy out.
No.
the kid
No,
is
they're
recoiling.
standing
Like
by.
he
The kid
looks
looks
scared.
scared.
The kid weighs maybe
and they're
110
little.
pounds.
The kid's like looks like he's 12, maybe 13 years old. He's not like a high school kid who looks like he plays varsity football.
And he
This is
doesn't
a
look
very-
threatening at all. Like he's not.
He's
These
just-
are just kids.
He's just standing there trying to fish.
He is a volunteer at the of a Haiti outreach program, a volunteer group at the cathedral, the church that he works at.
You said a hate program?
Haiti.
Oh, sorry.
Haiti. Yeah, formerly of Tennessee. Formerly of Indiana, now live in Tennessee.
Well, we know that Indiana has the rude people, right?
Yep.
So I
they're coming to
apologize to the state of Tennessee.
Man, I mean, like even just like basic confrontation tactics. If you're the president of the board, and you got some rules to apply
He's
to
the
these kids,
president of
You
Admiral's
can't see
Landing.
the video, but look at the lady lurking like a linebacker back
Yeah.
there. Like she's like it's like she's the nickelback in this. She's just like lurking behind the bushes, like she's going to tackle one of these kids if they make a run.
Who's
for
the
it.
tired old guy in the background,
But I
too?
mean-
What's his deal?
He
yeah,
wants no
exactly.
part of it.
Why not just go up to the kids and be like, "Hey, man, I know you guys like fishing. I'm the president here, and there's a lot of old folks like me that don't want anybody fishing in here. Rules is
But
rules.
that's
I'm
the
sorry, man.
point,
Move on. You know,
That's the
even
point I want to make.
if
is
that's
just let
something
the
you
kids
have.
fish. Who cares?
Well, yeah, that's point A. But I'm
Especially
saying
these kids were actually really nice.
if you have to enforce it,
What if they're
have
kids
a conversation?
visiting their grandparents or uncle at a house nearby? So what? You haven't seen these kids before. People have guests.
It could be. It didn't appear that way because they would have said, "My grandparents live there." But
It's weird.
and there was no follow up, so we don't know what actually happened afterwards.
Right.
But
What a
I hope
dork.
the cops showed up, and I hope the kids got a new pole.
I know somebody did send him the kid a new fishing.
That's
The kid
awesome.
sent him. There was a guy. I was watching a video of. He sent him like a $300 Bass Pro gift shop
It's cool as hell.
Dang.
card, which is nice.
What a big dork.
Yeah, yeah.
You're supposed to be the example to young folks, man.
You're the president of the HOA.
Yeah,
sent the gift
after
card?
all.
Oh, some online streamer.
Good
or whatever.
Samaritan.
Yeah, some good Samaritan.
Can we do this in your pond? Do you come out, yell at us, and break a
And I
fishing
break your
pole? That way
fishing-
people send us money?
Yeah.
This would be great.
No.
Oh.
No. No.
Wildwood strong.
No. I'm the HOA president. Lighten up, Larry.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to go. If you have seen the video, the type of homes I saw in the background, I absolutely hate. Like the cookie cutter suburb. They were all built. They all look the same.
Yeah.
Just go in your
That was
house.
like
Go in your
cardboard.
house and die. You're old. Let these kids fish.
Holy smokes.
What are you doing?
Go in the house and wait for death.
Yeah, what do you guys do? Like, oh, you guys fishing? I bet they were the only people fishing on that whole lake.
It looked like that too.
Yeah.
They weren't
Just go
bothering
in your
nobody.
house and wait for
Relax.
death and chill.
But the ironic thing is the old people yelling at the kids are inside all the time, and the kids finally go outside and it's get out of here.
Right.
Your generation don't
Get
know
outta here.
nothing.
All right, so let's talk about Gen Z for a second. Gen Zs are in their late 20s now,
Mid to late.
mid to late 20s.
Although I did talk to a 19-year-old over the weekend, and she said that she was Gen Z. So I don't know.
Well, the oldest of the Gen Zers are in their late 20s now.
Mid 1990s to early 2010s, so it says.
Okay.
So
Okay, so late 20s.
yes, our kids.
Right. And they're having now, the older of the Gen Zers are having the same realization we all had.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the decisions you made in your youth weren't so great.
Mm-hmm.
USA Today did a big write-up on how a lot of Gen Zers are hitting the, quote, tattoo regret stage of their life.
Welcome to your life.
Yep.
Wait, in their late 20s?
Now the older Gen Zers in the late 20s.
Okay, I was gonna say it usually happens like right around 32. You go,
Yeah.
what the hell was that?
Yeah.
This is now they're hitting that. Gen Z is now hitting their welcome. The tattoo regret stage of their life.
Yeah.
And it's been trending on the social media as we've gotten deeper into wedding season. Because a lot of brides are venting about how they didn't consider that their tattoos might not look good with their wedding dresses.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, there's only like 250,000 types of dresses you can choose from. So cover that sleeve, girl.
Yeah, but
you
I
like
really
that
want to show
dress?
my shoulders, but I got my Tasmanian devil on my shoulder blade.
This
and-
is stupid. There's so much great makeup now that you can cover for that day, or you can hire a makeup artist to do that for you if you don't know how.
That's a great point. You're talking about like the movie stuff. That
Yeah.
you just make it disappear for a couple hours.
I sent Rafe a video over the weekend of Jeremy Allen White getting his real tattoos covered up and the fake tattoos he has on
Yeah, I
in the
saw
bear.
Yeah, saw that.
Put on, and there you can get that top grade movie stuff. So there is no excuse. Just live with your stupid decision.
Okay, well, just take away the wedding stuff for a second. Just tattoo regret.
Yeah.
Again, youthful indiscretions. You thought that would look cool, and now you're like, damn.
I regret a
What
couple
was
of
I
mine.
thinking?
Yeah, I get it.
Regretting tattoos is obviously common, and not just with Gen Z. USA Today noted that millennials had to come to terms years ago with their own Harry Potter, Disney, and infinity sign tattoos.
Wonder what some of the Gen Z popular tats are. I'm sure you're about to tell us.
I think
No, I don't-
you're right.
no,
I think that Harry Potter thing, that the Deathly Hallows,
It's kind of the
which is a
joke.
cool looking thing. So at least you got that going for you. You know, you don't have kanji on your lower back.
Well, how about for Gen X?
'Cause I do.
Tramp stamps.
That's what I'm saying.
Barbed wire.
Raise your hand in this room right now if you have a tramp stamp.
What's up, baby?
Raise your hand if you want one.
Yeah, I regret probably, I don't know,
Gen X was
30%.
barbed wire, Chinese letters.
Yeah, kanji.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's what it was called. So those are two biggies. I feel like there was
And the
one
tribal.
more. Tribals.
And tribals,
yeah.
Yeah, which is always fun to ask people, like, what tribe are you from?
Shalbaina.
I'm really
From
cool.
the tribe of Shalbaina.
Now you're more likely to hear about it now, though, because Gen Z is the first generation that talk about everything online. So Here's one woman on TikTok talking about her tattoo regret.
Imagine, if you will, that you put a shirt on once when you were in your 20s, and now you have to wear that for the rest of your life. And that is what it feels like to get heavily tattooed before you turn into a fully developed adult human.
Now, and this woman's got tattoos on her chest, like all the way up to her neck.
Yeah. Fingers are blacked out. There was one finger that had like a ring blacked out.
You saw this video?
Is this the blonde gal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a lot of tattoos.
And it's all like black gothic shading. There's no like color. It's not like a new.
I thought it was blue. I thought it was blue. I might have been hallucinating.
Faded. It's faded.
Her name is Sarah Beth Clark.
Three first names.
And she spent thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on tattoos in her 20s. Her arms, her chest are covered. She recently started having some of them removed.
A fully developed adult human. So I think if you ask almost anybody that's over 30, if they have a better idea of who they are in their 30s than they did in their 20s, they're going to be like, oh my God, yes. I have all of these tattoos that don't necessarily reflect who I am at 36. They might have reflected a moment in time in my 20s, maybe a moment in time that I was like not doing so well mentally. And now like I have adult problems. My aesthetic just does not match. No shade to the artists. Still get a ton of compliments on them. Just wish that they weren't on my body. I was told that I would regret my tattoos when I got older. I am older and I do regret my tattoos, and you might too.
Hey,
Thanks, Mom.
Says Gen Z, this is true. I've seen a lot of these. Bows. A lot of women get bows like on the back of their thighs that look like little ribbons.
I've seen those.
Bows and lockets. They said are very popular, or a lot of people are coming in to get those removed right now.
Bows. Have you seen the bows
Oh, yeah.
on the back of legs?
My girlfriend has one.
One or two. I've seen on both legs.
Yep.
Sparkles.
'Cause it always looks like a birthmark when you.
And like the flock of birds flying away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Face.
You know the ones that everybody's really regretting, and artists even would say, like a good
This is
artist
my
back in the
soul.
day, is the feathers. You know, remember like it would be
Feathers
like
is us. I was looking on here and it says Feathers is Gen Z.
Oh, because when those start to blur, they
Or
kind of
millennials. Excuse me, millennials.
You miss all the detail, and that kind of blurs out quick. You know, because sometimes
because you're all wrinkly.
Yeah, well,
You know what I'm saying?
a lot of those. So I had one removed over here, or lightened. You know, I had like 3 or 4 different sessions.
We had
And
the radish.
It was a bit. Yeah, the whole.
You got a radish?
It was a
He
Sacred Heart.
loved radish.
It was a Sacred Heart, but it looked like a dang radish.
Loved radish.
It was
back
the
in
worst.
Moon loves radish.
Dude, it was some Lake of the Ozarks
This dude can't
horrible
stop.
artist. I'm not even sure he was an artist. Maybe he was just there and was like, sure, I'll tattoo you.
He eats radishes like
You think it was just the guy just sitting
He
there?
might have just been some guy.
My friend
I'll
got
tattoo you.
My friend got first of all, he's a goose hunter and he was going to get a goose on his back. I'm going to be honest, mistake number one. But the guy, the tattoo artist, was on heroin and was like nodding off. But it was on his back, so he didn't know. And then like he's a good sport about it, but like he's just got like a turkey vulture on his. It is not. It is not a goose. I don't know what this thing is. It is.
Where is it?
All across his shoulder blade.
Oh,
it's
it's
big.
totally
Oh,
It's big.
Yeah.
But he's like, he laughed about it. I think he may have even gotten covered up, but, you know, he was a good sport about it. But it wasn't his fault. Like, the guy literally was he was like nodding off.
That sucks.
And I got nice tattoos. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are total trash from when I was young. But I've got some good ones. But I've said this on air and I've said it to my family. Like if I didn't have tattoos at this age, I would not have any. And if I could get rid of all of them right now,
You just got 2 new ones.
Well, yeah, but that's again like you can't remove what's happening. So
Right.
it's kind of like I just got to finish what's there. You know what I mean? Like I look like I look like a red hot chili pepper. I got like patches all over.
Yeah.
So I need to just finish the background, but I
yeah,
want
you
to
got
do
a
it
new
with-
area though.
Yeah,
Your
you
fingers.
your
You
fingers.
guys
Yeah,
start
yeah,
that
but that's
now.
You've started
that's
a
not-
new area.
Right, but again, if I didn't have any,
You have
I
to
wouldn't
complete
have
all the
any.
missions in the one area before you can unlock the other
But now,
areas.
but now I got to finish
the
it.
rule?
Yeah, dude, you're all over the map.
Well, first of all, that
What
was
are your fingers? A side quest?
No, yes, that was a side quest in
cheat
Austria.
code.
No, the background thing, I'm waiting for a particular artist, and Instagram has completely ruined
He's
it for me.
like, I regret these tattoos I can cover up with clothing. I think I'll get them on my hands.
No,
They
it's-
do look good though.
It's,
The hands
it's,
look great.
It's a different thing. Yeah, these sealed really well. But the fact of the matter is, there's so many ridiculously good artists out there using this just ink that just wasn't around. I don't think in the 90s.
Oh, really?
That I have been putting it off because I'm waiting to get in with like one particular guy on the East Coast and one particular guy on the West Coast, and it's just going to take forever.
You on a waiting list?
Yeah, I've talked to the guy a few times. He's like a year or two booked out. But it's. I mean, you see these tattoos on Instagram, and they're so good. You just go, God, I look like a total Hoosier
Yeah, listen,
buffoon.
there are some great tattoo artists out there.
There really is. So that's why I'm waiting for my my main quests to be fulfilled as far as the backgrounds. But the fact
So
of
you're
the
just
matter
working
is,
on the side quest.
yeah, the fact of the matter is, if I didn't have any, I wouldn't get any.
I'm just glad that mine was done by a pro, and I got a really cool tattoo. I can
That's
At
keep the rest
Pops,
of my
and it's a
life.
nipple. Does your oldest daughter have?
My oldest two daughters have tattoos.
Oh, they both have tattoos.
Yeah, which I was like, you shouldn't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then, of course, when they
I
do
learned it from you, Dad.
Of course, when they do it, you go, that's beautiful.
My favorite thing about
They do have good tattoos, actually.
this is phase one. Also, this is my favorite thing when this is phase one of realizing that your farts do stink. And I love it. It's my favorite thing. Every time a generation ages to where the generation below them starts telling them what pieces of crap they are, I live for it. Because everybody like tries to, like, millennials would be like, somehow Gen X kind of missed the mark. I think maybe our apathy got us in between the generational wars, but it's always like boomers, millennials, and it's just like, dude,
They leave us out of it.
Yeah, you
They
guys
do leave
love
us
that.
out of it.
That's the biggest thing that Gen X always says, like, oh, we're not a part of anything. But that is the thing that's annoying about you guys, is you're like, oh, we're not a part of all this drama. Oh, yes, you are.
What are you?
I'm a
created it.
millennial. I'm definitely part of the drama.
Barely.
But Gen X acts like we're above it all. No, you're not.
You guys created it all.
I'm in between. I'm a zillennial with an X.
Yeah.
I'm special.
I'm a Rafe.
Yeah, we're
We're
special.
millennials.
Oh, right on. Oh, so that's where you are. Okay.
I just love it when like a generation that's been unapologetically turning their nose up at everybody has to. I'm like, psst, don't look behind you. But there's a generation right over your shoulder, and I bet they're not going to think you crushed it because no one does. Every generation thinks the generation before them screwed everything up. So now they're going to come to that realization that like they're not as cool as they think they are.
Yeah. And this is Gen Z now starting to realize it.
Yeah, Gen Z's aging into Generation Alpha's right behind you, and they can't wait to ridicule your haircuts, your tattoos, the socks you wear. Everything about you is about to be called into question. So the tattoos are just the beginning. Enjoy.
It's only going to get worse.
Welcome to hell.
Good morning,
Dude.
everybody.
You know what's funny is when my daughter was about to get a tattoo, my second daughter, she's like, yeah, I'm going to get the shark. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me take a look. Because, when you hear that, you're like, whoa, is it going to be like a Jaws face coming out with bloody teeth? Or
Or
is
a
it gonna
vacuum?
Be, and it was like an outline. And I was like, that's the Greg Norman shark. And she's like, what does that mean?
The golfer.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
like the golfer. That's like his logo. She's like, no, it's not. It's like this cool outline of a shark. And I was like, it is a cool outline of a shark, and it's a golf logo for Greg Norman. Like before you get that, look it
Greg
up.
the Shark Norman.
Yeah, he's the Australian guy.
And I think she looked it up because when she came, it was a totally different shape by that
Yeah,
point. But
yeah.
I was like, man, I'm glad I caught you there.
Yeah.
Because you'd have been a golf fan forever.
Yeah, somebody would have eventually called you out.
Somebody would have been
Hey,
like, oh, Greg Norman.
Greg
That's
Norman,
weird.
huh? That's cool. All right, before we move on, should we go around the horn? Let's play a little game.
Let's go.
Let's play a little game. Just get us warmed up because we do have a big game coming up later on in the show. All right, so couple rounds here. The first round is called the double letter round. So each of your answers, and again, I'm going to go around the horn here. I'll start with Moon. Each of your answers, pay attention, for this first round needs to have two consecutive same letters. Like the word look has got two consecutive O's in it.
Okay.
The word hobby has two consecutive B's in it. Like, so if I go, this doesn't count. Learn, one of the best emojis ever.
The looking emoji.
No, it's the poop emoji.
What looking emoji?
It's the eyeballs that are looking.
She's right.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
one.
pretty
Okay,
good
Get
one.
off my
I was
freaking back,
looking
dude. You don't
for
even know what. You don't even
I
use
was looking
emojis.
for poop.
I was just reacting to his reaction because he
Okay.
went
I thought that would have been obvious.
All right. Well,
All right, remember, this is the double letter round.
looking for poop. he
Chance
says.
to steal after Moon does not answer.
all right. And our
Such
name is our
faith.
buzzer.
Such faith.
Your name's at the buzzer.
Okay.
Moon, an internet search engine.
Yahoo.
Rafe.
How do you like
I
that?
was looking for Google.
I know.
You know,
All
I
right.
was-
Is this the what you're looking for? What we're
No,
actually
no, he's
coming up
right.
with?
But I,
Pretty
like,
good one.
I kind
Rafe.
of,
He's not a Google
I
guy.
try to predict I tried to predict answers. I wrote them down.
I mean, Google had to be the number one answer, right?
But
You know, I'm
does
trying to be
Bing.
different, bro.
He's not wrong.
Nope. that was
Learn what a child calls their mother.
Mommy.
Dang.
Rafe, a tool everyone has in their toolbox.
Hammer.
Yes.
good. Wow.
Whoa.
Scott, kids love to blow on a liquid to make these.
Bubbles.
Yes.
That was a tricky statement.
Yeah, it was. I went, huh?
All right, this is the words with more than one meaning round.
Oh, great.
Like you're adding layers to this, man.
Now,
Hard to
take
keep up
away the
with.
double letters. Double letters are gone now.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Now, okay, hang on.
Double letters are
I
gone.
said
now.
that because I was thinking it was a
Double letters are
Me
gone.
too.
Second round.
Okay, so now what's the category?
Words with more than one meaning.
Okay.
double meaning.
Moon.
What?
Double
An
point.
insect and what you do on a plane.
Grasshopper.
Scott.
Yes.
Fly.
Yes.
Okay, King. 2 points.
Grasshopper.
Hey, man, I had to say something.
Learn. This is a theatrical performance and what kids do outside.
Play.
Whoa.
Rafe. This is a vegetable and an athletic game and what you do to a bug.
Squash.
What?
Dang,
It's cricket.
I need
nice.
more coffee. I can't deal.
Scott. This is a group of musicians and something you might wear on your head.
Learn.
Learn.
Band.
Yes.
She's crushing.
All right, now random round. Random round, guys. Random round.
Any answer counts.
Any answer counts. Moon, an astrological sign that starts with an A.
Aquarius.
Learn. Oh.
-1 for learn.
What?
Yes. Now we're
Learn,
done.
a superhero starting with an I.
Igor. I
Rafe.
don't know.
Rafe.
Iron
yes.
Oh, man.
Igor.
I think they're super.
Yeah.
I think Tina's
The
dad is
famous
super.
Russian.
Rafe, something that comes in a can starting with an S.
Soup.
Scott, something people tend to lose often starting with an S.
Scissors.
You know what? He's totally right. We can't keep the scissors
That's
in the
right.
Now what
goddamn
I'm looking
kitchen
for.
Oh.
to save our lives.
Learn. Saran wrap. Which drawer is it in? Nobody knows.
Moon, scissors, because he's right.
Rafe.
Rafe.
Sciatica.
Looking for sunglasses.
Oh, whatever, dude.
I always know where mine are.
Well, you'll be happy when you lose your sciatica, I can tell
I
you
lost
that.
my sciatica. Yes, my back does feel good. All right, final round.
I've been stretching.
Final round. Now, I need you to no stealing here. This is a non-stealing round. I call this the coworkers round.
In the building?
Right now, this is all of us are coworkers.
Oh, okay.
I need the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Just let it fly.
Oh, no.
Let it fly.
Get that dump button ready.
Let it fly. All right, guys. You have to be honest and just let it go.
Well, I
Okay.
feel like this isn't going to be a fun or flattering round for some reason.
Yeah, you're right. It's gonna
Moon.
be bad. What?
A word to describe learn starting with an N.
Nice.
Point for Moon.
Learn a word to describe moon starting with an A.
Adorable.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about.
Love
Point
ya.
for Learn.
I love you.
What were you looking for?
For annoying, but
Oh,
Never.
jackass.
Rafe.
Yeah.
A word to describe Scott starting with an N.
Ninny.
He's a ninny. That's
Exactly
right.
what I was looking for. Scott, a word to describe Rafe starting with a D.
Decent.
He's decent.
Decent.
Point for King Scott.
Dude, I put that on
I would
my,
take
put that on my
I'll
tombstone.
take it. All right, who wins?
Decent.
Rafe Williams with 5 points.
All right, congratulations, Rafe.
We all tied besides that.
All right. Listen, that was just to get the juices
I
going.
like that.
That was a good one.
Just get the juices going.
Can we all go around the horn and give you a word that describes you?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No. I can't take it today. All right, Teamers Member of the Day is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Hit up happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6 for $4 pizza, burgers, or wings at Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. From St. Charles, Daniel Pendergraft is our Teamers Member of the Day.
Yep.
Old Danny Pendergraft has been a fan of the Rizz Show for the last year. Uses it to close up his day of work daily. Loves the first hour of just, shenanigans, just chopping it up, variety of topics. Loves the perspectives that both Rafe and Lern have added to the show. The Rizz Show has become a staple in not only Daniel's mornings, but his everyday life, and he appreciates all of the humor and news that the show brings to all who listen. Daniel Pendergraft from St. Charles is our Team Rizz member of the day. You get a super sweet Team Rizz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz.
I'm Daniel.
All right, first break of the morning. We'll come back with Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:10. It is Tuesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Bommarito 500 at WWT Raceway is not just a race, it's a spectacle. So go to www.raceway.com now because the first deal is the best deal. We have delays 170 southbound between Olive and Ladue. Average speed about 20 miles an hour. Further east, we have a right lane block due to and a right-hand shoulder block due to a crash 64 westbound just after Boyle. Your point forecast, rain and flash flood warning across the area. High of 77. Right now it is 70 at the Point Studio.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
Which musician is getting shanked in prison with a toilet brush? Walking on sunshine yet again. Stars are just like us. They pee in bottles in the middle of stores. And the best kill scenes in horror movies of all time. We have a top 10 list.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next. And Crap on Celebrities. Stay there.
How are you, everybody? Donnie Fandango, and I am very lucky, and I know I'm nervous because my hands are sweating like crazy. I got Pete and Sam from Chevelle. Gentlemen, welcome back. It's really great to see you.
Hey, it's good to be seen. Good to be here, Donnie.
Well, and it feels like there was a number of years where we were running into each other.
4th of July long weekend, maybe you did a big cleanup around the house. Maybe you cleaned out your garage. Now you got all the scrap metal. The scrap metal that it's been in the corner for a lot of years. What are you going to do with it? Just put it in the garbage can and, I don't know, the garbage guy will take it. It's going to end up in a landfill. Recycle stuff so it doesn't end up in the landfill. Actually, recycle stuff and make some money. You'd be amazed how much junk in your garage around your house is worth cash at Scrap Mart Metals. Unlike the other guys, Scrap Mart is clean, it's safe, it's convenient. Locations in Valley Park, right at 141 and 44, Peevely and Jonesburg. Now, they'll take cast iron, they'll take steel, electric motors, batteries, aluminum in cans, stainless steel, brass, copper wire. You drive through on the scale. Scales are visible to you. Everything's on the up and up. They're not going to rip you off. They give you a receipt. You go inside. Boom, cash. Scrap Mart offers top dollar payouts for all your scrap metals. They've been doing it since 2011. So collect all the recyclables from your home or business you would normally throw away, load them up in your vehicle, make a quick drive over to one of the facilities, and boom, make some money. Recycle smart at Scrap Mart. ScrapMartMetals.com. ScrapMartMetals.com.
Hey guys, it's Lux and Jacoby from Papa Roach.
What's up?
How are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'd like to say I'm doing good. I'm just much rather be playing a rock show tonight.
I would much rather be watching you play a rock show. This is such a bummer.
I know, very much so. We just got the news like an hour ago, and I was like, I mean, what am I gonna do?
We did all we could.
I'm here to rock. I'm here to do my gig. You know what I'm saying? And it's Mother Nature is just not having it today.
But the good news is, outside of being here for Point Fest, you guys have a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Papa Roach is killing it. I was on TikTok today. Huge fan of your TikTok.
What'd you see?
Well, I saw you reaching out to one of my favorite artists, Kay Flay, for...
Oh, yeah.
So I texted her that video this morning. I haven't heard back, but I did...
Oh, you know her?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she's
I absolutely did, and I sent her that video.
I love her, dude. I think she's awesome, man. Good energy, great artist, great live performer, great songwriter, great voice, just awesome. I'm a fan.
Well, good.
Obviously.
Then you're happy. I sent the text message and not like, oh.
Hey, let her know. If she ever want to collab, dude, let's do something.
Yay! So what was it like writing Ego Trip while you were all in quarantine? I know you guys kind of got together, had to get tested, do the whole thing.
Yeah. So we, the rug was pulled out from underneath us, and we were on tour out in Europe at the time. Came home, flew home, thought we were going to be home for a few weeks. A couple months goes by, and I'm settling in. I'm like, I didn't really realize I kind of needed a break in a way, and because we've been touring for 20 years straight pretty much. And then after that, I started to drive everybody in the house crazy, drive my wife crazy, the kids, they hadn't had dad home for this amount of time ever. And I was like, I got to create. So we hooked up with the boys. We all tested, did the deal. We brought a chef with us.
At an event the other day, and somebody came up and asked me about Together Credit Union because they didn't realize that they could become a member. They thought it was like an exclusive kind of thing, and that's not true. Together Credit Union has been serving this area for 80-plus years, and anybody can become a member, and it's very, very easy. Just walk into any of the 14 area locations. 14, that's right. So there's one close to you right now. There's one close to where you're heading. And as a member, you can take advantage of so many things, and that's what my family has done. My family's basically taken advantage of probably 60% of what they offer, from the HELOCs to the accounts, and they just launched a brand new high-yield checking account called Empower Checking. You got to check it out. With Empower Checking, you can earn above-market interest on the money that you keep in your day-to-day checking account. So interest is paid to you each month, and it's a checking account that rewards you for balances, not activity. That's huge. And if you're looking for something like that, become a member today. Again, it's so very easy. You walk into any of the 14 area locations, the St. Louis branches. The staff are incredible. I probably use 4 on a regular basis, and all of them are amazing. They work directly with you on making sure that you have everything that you need after you become a member, and take advantage of that Empower Checking. Get paid to save with Empower Checking. So visit togethercu.org/empower for the full term and details on that, and membership eligibility required. Together Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Check them out, togethercu.org.
By the one and the only Brent Smith of Shinedown.
I forgot how that song goes. All I heard was ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what are the actual words?
I don't think anybody actually knows.
Is that Girls?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
There we go. That is some 80s.
You know what? We
That
got
is
to bring it back
hardcore.
for the weekends,
Okay.
right? The holiday weekends. So we got Brent Smith, Shinedown. It's a Point Big summer show. Couldn't be more excited to have you guys, Jelly Roll, back in St. Louis.
Yep. And John Harvey for the first time.
And Don Harvey. It's going to be insane. So this is the Planet Zero World Tour.
It
and,
is.
I'm not supposed to play favorites, but I'm a little obsessed with the album.
Cool.
A little obsessed with it. Now, what I think makes this album so interesting and so cool is that every few songs, there's a Siri type AI
Siren.
voice. Siren. Okay,
her
can
name.
you tell me a little bit about Siren?
I can tell you how it was born, the dynamic of this album, because our last record was Attention, which was a story album and was always meant to be conceptual. We did not set out to make a conceptual piece again with Planet Zero. It just kind of fell into place. But we wrote this album in the midst of a pandemic.
Sure.
And there was a lot of things going on in the United States. There was a lot of things going on in the entire world. And I just remember getting to Charleston with Eric Bass, our bass player, who's also the producer, engineer, and the mixer of Planet Zero.
The brain.
Yep. And I remember it was like June of 2020, and he just looked at me, and it was pretty early on in the writing process, but he just said, it feels like we're on Planet Zero right now. And so it just opened up a floodgate of emotions and very, very thought-provoking ideas, and a lot of the subject matter were things that we had never tackled before, but very rarely does an artist and an audience and a world, not just a country, experience something like a pandemic for the first time. At least in our generation, the last one was 100 years ago. And so we're all in the same playing field. And we had to write about what was going on, but we also needed to make sure that we talked about the road forward. And the only way, I don't care who you are, the only road forward is together.
Amen.
You can have opinions, you can have disagreements and all those types of things, and nurture those elements with each other.
Chesterfield Fence and Deck celebrating 56 years in business. And if you have deck envy, that means you're jealous of your neighbor's deck, or you got a friend who's got a great deck and the family hangs out all the time on the deck and he's entertaining on the deck and you don't have that. Do you want that? Well, call Chesterfield Fence and Deck. Get them over there for a free estimate. Free in-home estimates, zero obligation, free project design. They'll come out, they'll take measurements, they'll show you all the products they offer in their extensive digital photo gallery of completed projects. I think my deck is actually in that gallery. Just great work, whether it be a new deck or a new fence or a screen room, sunroom, patio, retaining wall. They even do windows. All the products are guaranteed by a 5-year labor warranty, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And if you mention the Rizz Show this month, you'll get 20% off your next installed outdoor project with Chesterfield Fence and Deck. Online at chesterfieldfence.com. After all, who doesn't want a bigger deck?
All right, guys, welcome back to the farm. So it's a Sunday, and we got a whole crew here doing stuff. We're going to work in the field today. So this will be the final episode of the farm series for now, but I'm sure we'll return back to the farm at some point. So I'm going to show you what's going on here, the progress of the plants, how those elderberries are looking, and we'll look inside the house, and I'll tell you about some future projects we got coming up here. And there's our tractor, courtesy of Herb Equipment, the Captain Rizz tractor.
Program phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RizzShow Show. Your emails, RizzShow, 1057thepoint.com. Grab on celebrities here in just a moment. Porno birthday. We have news. We got sports. We have your emails. Also, we'll give away Limp Bizkit tickets today. Yeah. Limp Bizkit happening next Thursday over at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, our first big summer show of the year. Mm-hmm. Limp Bizkit, Corey Feldman, and some other people. Those are the only two that count, right?
Right.
Now, who else is playing? Riff Raff?
I think he's emceeing it.
I don't know who that is. I just see a name on a flyer.
Cool.
Anyway. So either King Scott, Rafe, or Lern will be on stage with Limp Bizkit doing a song. I know Moon's going to be out of town, and I have taken myself out of the competition because I don't want to show everybody up. I don't want to show everybody up. I know I'd win this, and I just want to give other people a chance.
That's so decent of you.
That's so me, right?
Mm-hmm. You're pretty tight, man.
Thanks, man.
You're pretty tight.
Thanks. So I asked you guys to put together a video showcasing your talents. Mm-hmm. And next week, we'll put the videos up on our socials. You guys will vote for your favorite video. Top 2 vote getters will be sent over to Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit, and he will pick the eventual winner. But maybe to sway your vote, over the next couple days, we'll do some Limp Bizkit-related contests.
Yeah.
Calling it the Limp Bizk Olympics.
Limp Bizk Olympics.
And event number 1 is today. Back this track up, Limp Bizkit style.
Oh, dang.
Oh, yeah. So these are the most popular Limp Bizkit songs that I put backwards. Mm-hmm. And you guys will have to figure out what the song is. Now, there's some tough ones in there.
All right.
So you'll be able to get some help from your respective teammates who'll be on the phone. But we'll see who reigns supreme.
All right. It may be tough for non-diehard Limp Bizkit fans.
Yeah, listen. When we solicit phone calls, only the diehard Limp Bizkit fans should call.
Like red backwards hat needs to be on when you call.
Yeah, you're still wearing it.
Yep.
You got your Dickie shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still wearing your backwards Yankee hat.
Did it all for the nookie. Mm-hmm. What? The nookie.
So we'll get to that in a little bit. Just a couple headlines before we move on to Grab on Celebrities. Headline. Woman swallowed whole by python in Indonesia again.
I saw this.
Again?
And
She got out the first time?
No, this is
another woman.
This is a new victim.
Well, it matters how you say it.
People got to stop getting all swallowed up.
Second such killing in a month. So a woman found dead inside the belly of a snake after it swallowed her whole in central Indonesia last week. Second python killing in the province in a month. A 36-year-old woman, Siriati, had gone missing after she left her house last Tuesday morning to buy medicine for her sick kid. Never came back. Relatives launched the search. Husband found her slippers and pants on the ground about a third of a mile away from the house. Police said shortly after that, he spotted a snake about 10 meters from the path. The snake was still alive. The husband became suspicious after he noticed the python's, quote, very large belly. Called the villagers to help cut the stomach open, and yep.
Golly.
I'm never going to Indonesia. I'm not going anywhere. Tim and I were watching something the other day with the Amazon, and we were watching Anthony Bourdain, I think, like No Reservations or something, where he gets on a boat and he's going down the Amazon, and Tim goes, how much money would it take for you to go swimming in that thing? And I go, I'm not. I'm like, I am never going in there.
I've been in Indonesia multiple times, and it is a different place. That is for.
Well, I mean, what is Jakarta? Right, that's a big city.
Jakarta is a very big city.
Okay, that's a big city. But once you get outside of the big city, it's woo boy.
It is a different planet for sure. I've been to Makassar, and everybody talks about Bali. Bali is like, surf
gorgeous,
destination and gorgeous, but like everywhere in between is pretty wild.
You got pythons, big snakes, anacondas. No, I'm not going anywhere near it.
Again, they say in this news story, such incidents are extremely rare. Okay, this is the second one in a month.
Okay.
And several people have been swallowed by pythons in recent years, and the article goes on to give a couple examples. Last year, residents in the province killed a 26-foot python.
Dang.
Which was found strangling and eating one of the farmers in a village. In 2022, a woman in Indonesia's Jambi province was killed and swallowed whole by a python. A 54-year-old woman was found dead in 2018 inside a 22-foot python. The year before that, a farmer went missing before being found eaten alive by a 13-foot python at a palm oil plantation.
Does it happen like when John Voight in Anaconda gets eaten at the very end, spoiler alert, wraps around him, and then it takes him head first? Like how, in my naivete, I see a python and anaconda, okay, I'm out. I'm running. Are they fast? How fast can they get you?
That's what I want to know, because it always seemed like they're going to be very slow.
They bite you, right? They bite you first, then the coil around you.
I'm not getting anywhere near it.
I think we had the story of an actual zoologist or herpetologist. He said, you're dead before it starts swallowing you.
1 mile per hour on open ground is how fast an anaconda can go.
It's got to be something similar though to that movie when they crush you.
It gives you a heart attack, so you'll have a heart attack before you're
fully crushed.
Yeah.
But how are they getting all up on you?
Yeah, maybe sleeping.
I think they bite you.
You step on it, you get bit. I don't know, man.
The reticulated python is the longest snake in the world. Native to southern Asia, can grow to more than 20 feet long. The longest reticulated python ever found in the wild was discovered in 1912, according to this museum. I think they have this thing on display. Was measured to be almost 33 feet long, more than half the length of a bowling lane. And these reticulated pythons have a reputation for being quite aggressive.
I've held a python at a reptile show, a yellow one. Beautiful. Britney Spears, everybody, VMAs.
Did she have a python? I thought that was a boa constrictor.
Oh, I don't know what it was. It was a yellow snake.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And there was a handler, and I was in college, and so I felt safe for some reason. But now as a 39-year-old adult woman who knows better, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, a 39-year-old tiny woman who, plans on going to Indonesia next year.
Just skinny dipping in the water. Okay, bye everybody.
This is not even skinny dipping. This is just I'm going to the doctor to get medicine for my kid.
Why were her pants and shoes off then? Did the snake
decide
to?
Bathroom, maybe?
Oh, we don't take our pants all the way off when we do that.
That's a good point.
Maybe the snake spit the pants and shoes out. I don't know, because it swallows you head first.
Maybe the pants and shoes were dirty and the snake didn't want to eat that.
I don't know, but yikes. So think about that when you're planning the next trip to Indonesia.
Okay.
All right, today is July the 9th. Back in the day, 66 years ago, 1958, a Catholic magazine called Contacts launched a campaign for clean lyrics in pop music. One of the songs they wanted changed was Elvis's Wear My Ring Around Your Neck, because it promoted, ready for this, 1958, it promoted Going Steady.
Whoa!
Oh, man.
Instead
tell
of
ya.
betrothal? Like, what,
God, if,
what were we
if
looking
these
for?
people who started this
Good
movement heard
heavens.
WAP from from Cardi B,
Oh,
They would,
Oh,
they
my
would
God.
say,
macaroni
see?
in a pot.
You see what happened?
Yep.
It started with Elvis. That's what they would say.
the heads would explode. 43 years ago, 1981, Donkey Kong, a video game created by Nintendo, was released, featuring the debut of
Super Mario.
Donkey
It's Mario. No. 42 years ago, 1982, Disney's Tron was released, starring Jeff Bridges as a hacker sucked into the game. I do remember that movie. Anybody see the newest one? Was it Tron Legacy? Was it good?
Yeah,
liked
it was
it.
good. And they're shooting another one right now.
I enjoyed it. And if you go to Disney World and you don't ride Tron, you are dumb. You are missing out. That is one of the freaking coolest rides on the planet.
Nice.
So fun, dude. Especially if you know the movie or you're like into it. Even
Yeah, my
just a
son's going to
tiny
Disneyland
bit.
tomorrow.
Cool.
Cool.
They have that there?
Is he riding his bike over there?
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, he's
You know, I don't know if Tron's over there.
41 years ago, 1983, Every Breath You Take by the Police hit #1, stayed there for 9 weeks. 31 years ago, 1993, what a weekend at the box office. Rookie of the Year came out, and
Love 'em.
Weekend at Bernie's too.
Oh.
29 years ago, 1995, the Grateful Dead played their final show with Jerry Garcia. It was at Soldier Field up in Chicago. He died of a heart attack a month later. 27 years ago, 1997, Married with Children aired its season finale. And I kind of looked into this because I was like, what was the season finale of, the series finale of Married with Children? Does anybody know?
No.
What happened? What happened to the Bundys?
Did Kelly get married to Bud?
What happened was Married with Children, despite running 11 seasons, didn't actually have a series finale.
Just got canceled.
Oh, it just got stopped.
The producers thought they were going to get a 12th and final season,
Oh, bummer.
one where they would be given a proper send-off. But Fox canceled Married with Children at the last moment after all the season 11 episodes were written and produced. So rather than a real series finale, the last episode was called Chicago Shoe Exchange, just a regular episode of the show.
That sucks.
Wow.
That kind of sucks.
My buddy grew up on that set. His dad was the like a set designer
That's cool.
and like a carpenter and all that kind of stuff for
An iconic set.
dude, very much so. And he those were his like young years. So he grew up on that set. I think he cameoed once or twice because they needed like a kid or something.
Yeah.
They're like,
Right.
oh hey, just use Eric. And now he's like. He's going to be the most famous drummer on the planet for sure. But his dad was the set designer
huh?
for that show.
I love that Ed O'Neill still calls Christina Applegate like they talk every week.
Yeah,
she
that's
says.
nice.
It is nice. And Katie C, I feel like they're all very close. still.
Whatever happened to the puppet that was on the couch all the time?
That's a different show. You
Oh,
goofball.
No.
Sorry, I
What
thought
happened
there
to
was
that
the same
show?
thing.
That was one.
It was like the Married with
seasons?
Children ripoff.
Yes.
Yeah,
Really?
with the kid from what's his name? Eric from Entourage. The kid was about to.
No, Nikki Cox was the girl.
Oh, that's something different.
Nikki Cox was the girl who actually married Jay Moore.
Oh, yes. All right,
forget
so
the
the
name of that
show.
With the puppet.
Yeah. With the bunny. And the dad would go and talk to the bunny in the basement.
Yeah, but I thought the
It was
kid.
actually pretty funny, that show.
I thought the kid from that was the.
It may have been. E from Entourage.
Yeah, E.
25 years ago in 1999, today, American Pie, the movie, was released. 20 years ago, 2004, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy was released, which I remember seeing for the first time and went, Upon further viewings, I enjoy that movie quite
Yeah,
a bit.
me too. When I first saw it, I was like, "This guy's not for me. This is not for me."
And then you see it a couple more times, you go, I get it.
Unhappily ever after.
That's it.
And it is. There's what's his face?
E from Entourage and Nikki Cox, Kevin Connolly.
It's the exact same show as Married with Children.
Yes, it is.
And even the dad looks kind of like Al Bundy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and then he would sit on the couch. He would go in the basement.
He'd go in the basement and talk to the bunny.
That's right.
18 years ago today, 2006, Comedy Central defies Dave Chappelle's wishes by giving America Chappelle Show The Lost Episodes. even though milking those 3 episodes meant Dave would never return to do another season. He didn't want those episodes aired. They did it anyway, and he left. And 14 years ago, in 2010, the first Despicable Me movie was released. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
Well, The Point used to play Lost Prophets, and they were a huge new metal band in the 2000s. And then last year, we found out Ian Watkins, who went to prison because he's serving a 35-year sentence that he started in 2013.
Just the most horrendous crimes against children.
Multiple.
You can imagine.
So he's been in jail for a while. And last year, if you remember, we found out that he got stabbed while in prison. Now, we didn't really know the details of that, but I guess there's a documentary being filmed about that prison that Ian Watkins is in, and they're interviewing fellow inmates. And so this inmate gave details, some insight about why Ian Watkins of Lost Prophets was stabbed in prison, and it was over a drug debt. So according to the prisoner, Watkins was stabbed with a sharpened toilet brush during the attack. And when it happened, it was the result of a former musician, him, failing to pay the past debt of another inmate. And so Ian Watkins is one of the only prisoners who's, still got money. They sold a ton of records and toured for a long time and had great success. And so he still has access to money, and he has spent thousands on protection while behind bars.
When you hear the crimes of this guy and just how heinous it was, man, it's too bad they didn't kill him. Well, it's too bad the stabbing with the sharpened toilet brush didn't
take him out.
Didn't take him out.
So clean his pipes.
Per this report, because I was thinking okay, well, I don't really know how it works. Does he have access to all of his money at all times? And so per this inmate, the individual obtains the phone numbers of the friends and family of the person that they're paying. So Ian Watkins would then go to these bigger guys that are in prison with him that are protecting him, like all the different gangs that form. Ian Watkins will give the phone numbers of the friends and family that are on the outside of the prison to Ian Watkins' friends and family, who are paying the friends and family on the outside to keep Ian Watkins protected.
Sounds very complicated.
It's very complicated. But that is why. It was a drug debt, and that's when he got stabbed.
Also, it also highlights what a piece of crap this guy is. You're giving your private family members numbers to, gang members.
Right.
Yeah.
They could be shaking your family down outside that you don't even know.
Right.
For money.
He's a terrible person.
Yes.
Ice Nine Kills and Real Big Fish have joined forces for a fantastic cover of Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves.
Yeah, Matt did horns on this, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, this is for the...
Who's Matt?
Matt Appleton from, he plays in Goldfinger, but he's a Real Big Fish saxophone player. He and the singer from Ice Nine are real good buds, and I knew that they were collaborating on something because he was talking about it in Europe. So
Here's what it is. So it's a new 5-issue American Psycho series from Sumerian Comics, which makes sense because Patrick Bateman in American Psycho listens to Walking on Sunshine on his Sony Walkman in the movie. And so here's a cover, because Ice Nine Kills loves doing things with movies and horror movies. And so here is what that sounds like, a little taste. Yeah, how did you feel?
Had fun.
And I had fun.
You did have fun. It's impossible to not have fun.
And I had fun.
The Recording Industry Association of America, the RIAA, has certified AC/DC's 1980 album Back in Black 26 times platinum. This ties it for the third biggest selling album in the U.S. with the Eagles' Hotel California. And the top 2 albums are the Eagles' Greatest Hits at 38 million.
Thriller.
And Thriller at 34 million. And so Back in Black is now number 3 as the best-selling album in the U.S. of all time.
What's number 4?
I don't have
number 5?
I don't have all of it, but I have a link that you can go to in our blog
I'm gonna
later.
look that up.
Go for it.
I like those top selling lists.
Well, before you do that, can you just play a little bit of this Angus Young talking about the early stages of writing those songs to make it into
top
Back in
selling
Black?
albums of all time or just U.S.?
U.S.
Here is Angus Young coming at you.
Malcolm had a couple of ideas, especially the Back in Black riff, the title track, and I'd been fiddling around with little bits of You Shook Me. So, there was a few of the ideas that we had in place. So it had sort of started, the inspirational state, especially Back in Black. I mean, Malcolm had these riffs he said he couldn't get out of his head, so he had them on tape, and then he played them to me, and he said, "What do you think?" And I thought, hey, they're great.
Nice. Thanks, Angus.
All right, so we got the Eagles, Greatest Hits, number 1. Michael Jackson, Thriller. So Hotel California, And then Back in Black.
Back in Black is now above Hotel California.
Okay, so it says 26 million. And what was it now?
It is at
So this is just up.
And this is counting all the streaming and all that kind of stuff.
38 million. I'm sorry.
I got to think that if Garth had made his stuff more accessible and put it on Spotify and put it some more places, Garth would be on these lists every time because he had 10, maybe not 10. He had multiple diamond selling
Garth Brooks
albums.
does have one of the,
And think about that. That's only with Amazon Music. Like, I think he's only available on Amazon. He made his stuff very
No Offense
exclusive.
is the 9th best-selling album.
Yeah, so I bet you that would be in the top 5 if he had made it easier.
Okay, so after I guess now Hotel California, Led Zeppelin's 4, Untitled, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, then Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction, Journey's Greatest Hits, Garth Brooks No Fences, and surprising, number 10, Shania Twain's Come On Over.
I don't
did
like
20 million on that one, right? Like originally?
20 times platinum.
I don't like that greatest hits are involved in this. I know that they sell and people buy them because it's the greatest hits, but I don't think that you should label them in the same regard for platinum and gold as the original records. I feel, and they probably have divided it up, but I think that that's kind of BS. You know, of course, the greatest hits by the Eagles is going to sell 38 million copies because it's all of the hits. Yeah.
Metallica's Black Album, then Elton John's Greatest Hits, Boston's Boston, Springsteen Born in the USA, Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, Alanis Morissette Jagged Little Pill, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, Bob Marley's Legend, and Steve Miller Band's Greatest Hits.
Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. Isn't
That's
that
Bee Gees
wild?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's disco.
It's iconic.
Hootie the Blowfish, Cracked Rear View is in the top
20?
Is in the top 20.
Wow. George Harrison's widow, Olivia, has commented on the Beatles' Cirque du Soleil, the last love show closing in Vegas this past Saturday. She says it was the magical friendship we had with Cirque du Soleil over the last 18 years and how it's given millions of people from around the world the chance to experience the Beatles and their music in a way that they never would have conceived. I never got to go to that. The show was at the Mirage Hotel. Been
Saw
seen
it. It was wonderful.
By 12 million people, and
Me too.
you both saw it, so... I'm
It was
sad.
good.
I didn't know it was closing up.
What is the top-selling album of all time worldwide?
Is it Thriller?
Thriller with 72 million copies.
Yeah.
Doesn't
then
ABBA have one that's way up there?
Back in Black from AC/DC's number 2 with 52 million. Eagles' Greatest Hits, 48 million. Number 4, selling 47 million records, Whitney Houston's The Bodyguard soundtrack.
Yeah. That was a banger, too.
Smokes.
Guys, Elton John was shopping at a shoe store in France called Sugar Kicks. He had his 2 sons with him and a bodyguard, and he asked the owner if he could use their bathroom, their facilities, and the guy told him there weren't any. So Elton John got a bottle out from his bodyguard, took a few steps away from the other customers, and then proceeded to urinate in the bottle. He even got a little bit of it on the floor, and his bodyguard had to wipe it up.
Oh.
And so here's a little audio of what that could have sounded like in France.
You're gonna hear electric music, solid balls of sound. Say, can you not have seen them yet? Ooh, but the soap stays down.
So he urinated in a bottle in the middle of the store.
He did. The shop owner did not recognize Elton John, and
Why do
for
I
some
feel
reason,
like I can smell that?
for some reason, this owner was like, "What do you do for a living?" And Elton John just answered, "I'm Elton John." So the owner wasn't happy about the urinating, obviously, but he said Elton John was pretty cool. Otherwise, Elton John ended up buying 2 pairs of sneakers for his kids, took a picture for the store, shook hands with the owner.
No toilet, no sink.
He got a little dribble on the floor
Yeah.
too. Oh, come on. What kind of bottle was it? Was it like a hospital bottle, or was it a Gatorade
Who
bottle with
knows?
a wide mouth?
Who knows?
These are all
yes,
These
very
are all
important.
real questions.
Perrier.
A guy.
Oh, that's the worst
French-
one, right?
This is an old man. So Elton John is an old man.
Right. And how do you not know who Elton John is?
And I'm sure this is a high-end store.
In a place called Sugar Kicks, no less.
What if he's in regular glasses?
Maybe he was.
How are you supposed to tell?
No sequins. And
We've
they're like,
never
we don't know
seen
who
it.
you are.
You don't let an old man use the bathroom.
Right.
I thought they had no bathroom.
They have a bathroom.
Who doesn't
Everybody's
have
got a bathroom.
I think OSHA, is this in America?
No, it's in France.
No, man.
This is
OSHA works
France.
over there.
He's in France.
Saw as is.
Okay, so in France, what does an employee do?
I just told you. When we were in France, we were running everywhere. You have to plan your bathroom breaks because they don't have them. And if they do, they charge you for it.
Well, he had money. It's like, charge him.
I'm Elton John.
Reclaimed Rust, the four-wheeled creations of James Hetfield, a book about the Metallica singer's car collection, was released in 2020. And now James has released some of that car collection to a Kearney, Nebraska museum. It's called the American Automobile Experience. So he released his 1932 Ford Roadster, 1936 Auburn 852 Speedster.
It's Kearney, Nebraska. There's a big automobile museum over there.
Well, if you love cars like this, he's got everything from the 1930s to 1956.
Not enough to drive out there, I'll tell you that.
What about Steeler Wheels? Joe Egan has died at the age of 77, the creative partner of Jerry Rafferty. He wrote the biggest hit from 1973 and Reservoir Dogs, Stuck in the Middle with You. So R.I.P. to him.
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Steelers Wheel, yeah, that's right.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. The Hallmark Channel has Christmas in July. The campaign has started. It's running all this month, so you might want to be involved in that.
Nope.
You guys watch The Bachelorette?
I'm sorry, do you watch, you're glossing over the Hallmark Christmas.
No, I'm just letting people know.
Do you watch any of that stuff?
No, I do not. I don't have the Hallmark Channel. And I don't watch, I'm in Halloween mode right now.
Holy smokes!
I'm ready to go. Like when the summer starts to get where it is now, I'm ready for fall temps and spooky experiences.
Yeah, jacket weather.
You know what I'm saying? You guys don't watch The Bachelorette, but I thought this was kind of interesting. So it kicked off last night, new season.
How do you know?
I know. Did you watch?
No.
Okay. There's a couple of rules about The Bachelorette for the contestants. Like, for instance, a minimum age requirement. You have to be at least 21 because there's so much drinking. Number 2, contestants must be single. This is always the drama during the season because you find out that some of the contestants have, like, bows and other zip codes. And
so they must what?
They must be 21.
Okay, yeah.
They must be single.
Must be single,
because they're finding their husbands or wives. Contestants must agree to be filmed 24/7, and then all of that footage is owned by the show, and they can use it whenevs. Contestants also can't disclose if they've been cast. So it obviously films months in advance, and then they get out of the show, and they can't tell their friends and family.
Secret, yes.
They have to take a physical and a psychological exam. They have to bring all of their own clothes.
You ain't bringing herpes into this house.
That's
right. Again.
No cell phones. They're all confiscated when filming begins.
Remember the great syphilis outbreak of 2018?
Oh, never forget.
Never forget.
The limo entrances, they're all strategically arranged, so producers choose the order that they come out, so that's not organic if you thought it was. And contestants don't normally eat on dates. Producers actually send food to their rooms before, so they're not hungry, and then they don't have to eat on camera.
Right.
Interesting. And there's no internet there. In other news, Alec Baldwin, his involuntary manslaughter trial begins today from the shooting that happened in New Mexico on the set of Rust. The Devil Wears Prada sequel is in the works. Nobody knows if Meryl's involved and Anne Hathaway, but that's
anybody ever seen that movie?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a good movie.
I love that movie.
Stanley Tucci is good in that.
He is.
The Tooch.
There's a massive wildfire that's happening out in Santa Barbara right now, and it's going towards Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. But luckily, fire crews and heavy-duty equipment are already there to keep that iconic property safe, which I don't know how I feel about this. I'm kind of like, I'm kind of okay if it burns down.
Everybody else's house is burning down.
Right.
We must save Neverland.
Yes.
Right. I hope everybody's safe out there. And finally, TheRinger.com released the 111 best horror movie kills of all time. I am in Halloween mode.
Horror movie kills.
I have a top 10. When you think of horror movies and you think of like the killings that happen, there's a lot of iconic movies where, like, the number one movie is the most iconic scene.
Psycho?
It's Psycho.
Okay.
Yeah.
The shower scene. What comes to my mind, and you want to talk about cheese, is at the first Nightmare on Elm Street. The woman gets sucked through the window of the door at the end.
This is Nightmare on Elm Street did make the top 10, but it's Tina when she gets killed in the ceiling. Is that the same scene? I don't remember.
No, it's right at the end. Oh, when she gets splayed out on the ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
So Psycho, Nightmare on Elm Street, there's a bunch of iconic horror movies on this list.
Saw has to be on there.
Saw is not top 10. It's on the list, but it wasn't top 10.
Scream?
Scream. Yes, that's number 3. Casey Becker, Drew Barrymore's character in the very beginning of the original Scream when she's on the phone and with the popcorn. That's number 3.
Any Friday the 13th?
On the list, but not top 10.
One of the Halloweens, right? With
Halloween. Yes. Number 5, the original with Michael Myers and his sister getting killed. The original Halloween, not number 5.
I've never seen any of the Halloween movies.
I don't think I have either.
First one's worth it.
Pieces.
They're
good.
Cheese.
I mean, they get kind of corny in the sequels, but the first 2, Halloween 1 and 2, are consecutive days. They're both good. It's like the Halloween and then the day after when they're looking for them.
Any like Final Destinations or...
Those made the list, but not top 10. I'll give them to you.
The Final Destination one where the guy was driving behind the log truck.
Yeah, that's
Remember that
right.
one?
And the roller coaster.
Every time I'm behind a
Right?
truck.
Me too, man.
Oh, yeah. We were behind
Those
one.
movies may not have been Oscar worthy, but they
stick with you.
They're in your head. I got behind a truck that had a bunch of pipes.
Yeah, the poles. Any pipes or
And
poles?
I'm not riding back
I'll
here.
go ahead and exit now.
Yep.
All right, so Night of the Living Dead from 1968 is number 10. So the final scene when all the zombies come out. Jaws made the list, the opening scene. The woman just died earlier this year. That came in at number 8.
I thought Quint's death was...
when he's all...
more horrible.
Gets eaten at the very end.
When he gets eaten... When he's eating the ship.
His screaming and everything.
I just watched that over the weekend. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, when the trespassers get killed, that's number 7. The Blair Witch Project, The Basement Corner, which I always thought was confusing and scary, though.
Awesome.
Halloween at number 5. The Thing with the defibrillator. Number 4, Scream. Number 2 is Alien with the chest bursting.
Oh, yeah.
And then your number 1 killer scene of all time is the shower scene from Psycho. And that's your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today, Georgie Henley. That's Lucy Pevensey in the Chronicles of Narnia movies, and Meg Tudor on the Starz series The Spanish Princess is 29. Fred Savage.
Fred Savage. He is 50?
Ooh. Almost. He's 48.
48.
Jack White. Is
Jack White.
older than Fred Savage. He's 49.
49.
Scott Grimes is 53. He's from the Orville and ER. Courtney Love.
Courtney Love.
Ooh, 60.
Courtney Hole, 56.
Courtney Hole is 60 years old.
Whoa.
60. Jim Kerr, Simple Minds singer, is 65. Kevin Nash, pro wrestler turned actor, 65. Kelly McGillis.
Oh, from Top Gun.
That's right. 67 years old. Tom friggin' Hanks is 68 years old. John friggin' Tesh.
John Tesh.
My John Tesh.
Basketball.
Your John, Mr. Brilliant Tesh is 72. And Dean Koontz, the horror writer. He wrote Odd Thomas and a novel called Watchers that inspired a Corey Haim movie and 3 sequels. Dean Koontz is 79 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Brooke Lee Adams. And today's birthday girl has been in 178 fine films, including Appetite for Love, The Ass Parade 24, Bare Ass Breakfast, Brooks Booty Stalker, Dark and Dirty, Deliciously Round 2, I Like Fat Buns 6, Let's Get Physical, The Masters of Reality Porn 8, This Ain't 2.5 Men, and who could forget a role in 2009's The Whore in Training, Learning the Ropes.
Gosh.
Brooke.
I thought you were going to say The Whore in
King Kong
Training,
ain't got
Learn.
nothing on
I was
me.
like, what?
The Whore in Training, Learn. Brooke Lee Adams is 38 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we will give away a pair of Limp Bizkit tickets. Here's how this is going to work. Scott, get me 4 people on the phone.
Okay.
Moon?
Yes.
The Great Wheel, please. Put
Oh,
your name
the
on it,
great-
put Lern's name on it, put Rafe's name on it, and put King Scott's name on it. Now, if you are a Limp Bizkit fan, I want you to call. No posers. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to play each one of you guys a song. We'll go in order. The song will be backwards. You will have first opportunity to give me the song title. If the original person doesn't get it, you have a chance to steal. You can ask your teammate on the phone for help.
How many times?
Twice.
Oh, cool.
You could ask, your teammate is 2 lifelines. Now, there are 3 songs that are particularly difficult that you will not be able to use your teammate for, and it'll just be up for grabs. So your name is your buzzer.
Okay.
Do we understand? And I'll let you know what the song is.
Oh, name is buzzer. We're not going around the horn.
We are going to go around the horn at first, but there are 3 songs we will not go around the horn, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
That your name is your buzzer. First person to jump in gets 2 points for that song.
Whoa.
Yikes.
All right. Limp Bizkit is playing the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater on July 18th. It's the first Point Big Summer show of the season. All right. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Back this track up, Limp Bizkit style. Next. All right, it is 7:56, and the Great Wheel will determine your teammate on the phone. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Bomberito 500 at WWT Raceway is not just a race, it's a spectacle. Go to WWTRaceway.com now because the first deal is the best deal. 3 lanes blocked and a right-hand shoulder block due to a crash 44 westbound after Elm. There's also a road block due to a crash 44 southbound from Germania to Bayless. Your point forecast, rain and flash flood watch across the area. High of 77 right now. It is 70 at the Point Studio.
And if only you could make a deal with God, I know we'd eat places. Been running up that road, been running in my heels, been running on the buildings and those places. If only could. That was Kate W. Bush, Running Up the Hill.
Over at Centric are offering one lucky RizzShow listener an exclusive $5,000 scholarship. Now, if you apply by July 19th, so you have 10 days, you'll be entered for a chance to win that scholarship to cover a portion of your tuition. And you know, Centric, I've been talking about them for a long, long time now. If you're looking for a new life, a new career, ready to flip the script on your future, Centric is for you. Imagine transforming your life and career in just a couple months. And it's all possible with Centric. Their tech program is second to none. You get the hands-on training that'll set you up for real-world success. Coding, cybersecurity, network administration. They're going to help you step out and start your new career. It's not just about learning over there at Centric. It's about launching you into a career that is as dynamic and forward-moving as you are. And here's the best part. With Centric, you choose how to learn. On-site, online, day, evening, or flex option. Their flexible learning fits your life, not the other way around. With new programs starting all the time, the right moment is whenever you are ready. So get that scholarship, $5,000 towards your tuition. Centric.com/Rizz, CENTRIQ.com/Rizz.
How are you, good sir? It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, I'm doing well. We're chugging along on this tour, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, all right, how's the knee going, man? Are you doing okay? And I would assume that Josh has done a lot of apologizing since this all went down. But are you doing all right?
Josh is very sorry, and my knee is still kind of oozing liquid, but we'll be fine.
All right. It's very nice, and I appreciate you being a professional about it and all. But that looked like that hurt, and I know those sorts of things have to happen, and you got to play through the pain. But yikes, it just didn't look pleasant.
Yeah, I mean, as the story goes, I tripped on Josh's drumstick that was on stage, and I mean, just very unlucky circumstance, but also a lesson learned where, hey, we got to make sure that stage stays clear. But yeah, my left knee kind of hit part of the stage and it kind of sliced it open a little bit, not to be too descriptive. But it's I'm not a huge fan of whenever an artist or performer is either maybe they got like a sickness or they're not feeling well or they're almost losing their voice or they're injured. I don't know if unless obviously there's no way around it, but my default is to hide all that on stage. My default is to present the show as like this is the only show we're playing. all year. And I really do feel like we need to, individualize each show as that important, because there are people who are coming to that show that see it as that, and so to downplay a specific show or to play
Nation, windownation.com. Window Nation has you covered, has your house covered, has your your utility bills covered. If you're tired of paying high utility bills every month because your home AC keeps running, you got to call Window Nation. Your windows just aren't energy efficient if you're paying those high utility bills every single month. And if you want to make a change, Window Nation, windownation.com, 866-90-NATION. You probably got those builder grade windows, or if your windows are over 8 years old, the seals could be broken, air is leaking out, you're paying high utility bills all year long. You want that to stop? Window Nation's high-quality windows are built to last a lifetime, and we'll help you with all of that. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you'll get 2 windows free. There's no limit to how much you can save. Plus, you can save even more with 0 down. There's no interest and no payments for 24 months. Window Nation's windows come with a lifetime warranty, too. That is enormous. They can be installed in 1 day or less, and they were recently ranked highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies. You can't beat that. You can trust Window Nation for high-quality, affordable windows. So stop paying more than you have to. Schedule that fast in-home estimate right now, 866-90-NATION. Tell them Moon sent you from the Rizzuto Show, or visit windownation.com.
Jeff from the Rizzuto Show, and I'm standing here underneath the beautiful Hubbard sign. This is our, quarter mile, whatever it is, to keep clean, and because I lost real and fake again, I have to clean up the highway. So we're here at 270 in Olive, and I'm going to go clean up the highway, so enjoy. Hope they made it home okay. When's the break? There's a room key from the Hilton. I wonder what guy threw this out of his car window on the way home. Patrico. Smells like exhaust. Actual reason why we're out here, actually, right there. Let's get this crap off the highway. Here we are at the Sponsor a Highway section for Hubbard. I have cleaned up this entire 17 miles is what it felt like. We found ourselves a syringe. We found all kinds of great stuff, including a motorcycle seat. So I'm thinking, real or fake, punishment served.
Today, raining, nasty. Yesterday was, nasty as well. And you're inside and your head's dry, so you're taking for granted, your roof. You figure everything's fine up there, my head's dry, but that may not be the case. You should have your roof inspected every year or so, and this is where the Happy Roof Company comes in. We had hail over Memorial Day weekend, and I had some hail damage. Thank God for the Happy Roof Company, because I know what's wrong up there. I'm going to get it all fixed up. If you have roof damage and your insurance company already paid you, but you need a roofer that's going to give you an estimate, call the Happy Roof Company. Do you need help with the insurance paperwork on your damaged roof? The Happy Roof Company can help you out. Did your insurance claim get denied, but all your neighbors got new roofs except for you? Call the Happy Roof Company. They work with the insurance companies for you. If you have a leaky roof, an old roof, a damaged roof, or your roof is ugly, the Happy Roof Company should be your first call. Roofing, siding, gutters. They do residential roofing. They do commercial roofing. They are a local company. They're not storm chasers. 100% of the market is in the St. Louis and surrounding areas. 314-665-3001. That's 314-665-3001. Or online at thehappyroof.com. I know, I said the phone number weird. Thehappyroof.com. They put the happy in happy endings.
Hey, we're the Interrupters! And we're here with our new friends Sarah and Donnie from The Point. We're at Music Record Shop, and we're gonna go get some records.
Reggae and ska. This record is going to change your life. It really
is. I was putting together this contest yesterday. Just had my headphones on at my desk, listening to all these Limp Bizkit songs. Man, they got some bangers. Woo! Am I looking forward to next Thursday?
Me as well.
And we're taking off Friday.
So you should too, St. Louis.
So it's going to be no thinking about the clock. Good time.
Oh, can't wait.
First big summer show of the season is next Thursday, the 18th, at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Limp Bizkit, big summer show with Corey Feldman and
everybody else.
And everybody else.
What are you going to wear?
I don't know.
All right.
Let's give away some tickets.
Scooter.
All right, so Scott, do we have some true Limp Bizkit fans on the phone?
That's what they claim.
Okay.
They all claim it.
I hope so.
I asked.
All right, so we're playing Back This Track Up Limp Bizkit style. So you guys are going to play here in the studio, but you have a chance to ask your teammate on the phone for help twice. So we're going to go around 3 times. If you don't know the song, you can ask your teammate.
Up to twice?
Twice.
Sweet. How many songs did you pull?
Okay, so
I'm going through my head of how many I actually know.
There's going to be 15 songs altogether.
Oh.
We're going to go around. We're going to go around 3 times. There are 3 songs that are up for grabs, which are everybody in play.
Okay.
You cannot ask your teammate for help there.
Okay.
I will fully admit, I'm a first record guy, maybe first 2 records guy.
These are all songs that were on the radio at some point.
Yeah, I know the hits, but
I didn't pull any real obscure stuff.
Like
these are all singles.
I feel good. I love this band. Huge in the 90s for me. But I don't know, man. Is anybody just crazy confident?
I am.
I think Lern is. I think you want to be Lern's teammate.
All right.
Can I be your teammate, Lern?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah. And by the way, take this into account when you're voting for the video that you guys will be putting out next week.
Mm-hmm.
Top 2 vote getters. So you guys are asked to do a video singing this new song of theirs. And one of you guys will be on stage with Fred Durst. Fred Durst will be the ultimate decider, but we'll send, of the 3 videos that you guys are going to do, 2 of them to Fred Durst based on your votes. So keep this in mind when you're voting for the video.
Yes.
All right, the Great Wheel is going to decide your teammate here. Okay, let's go to Steve. Good morning, Steve. I got to put this on here.
Steve.
Hey, Steve. Steve's there. Hello, Steve.
You know what, Steve?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Oh, there he is, Steve.
I was
All
about
right,
to say
Steve.
something you don't want to hear.
Steve, you're a Limp Bizkit fan?
Sure am.
All right, so let's spin the wheel. Let's see who your teammate here in the studio is. All right, so it's going to be Steve and Steve and Rafe. Steve and
Better
Rafe.
not be lying, Steve.
All right, pay attention, okay? Because you may be asked to help out with a song.
Oh, you will be, Steve.
Okay, hang on, Steve. Vinny. Hello, Vinny.
Yo.
All right, Vinny. Let's spin the wheel to see who your teammate is. Teamy. Who your teammate is.
Vinny is with
Vinny and Lern.
Let's go.
Vinny.
Right on.
Winner.
Hang on, Vinny.
Feeling good.
Okay.
Let's not veto.
Go to Ed. Ed, let's see who Ed's teammate is. Hi, Ed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ed is with King Scott.
Sweet. And Ed is short for education, right?
That's exactly right.
All right, good.
All right, hang on.
Here's
And
spinach.
Justin,
Yes.
you are Moon's teammate, okay?
All right.
All right. Energy up.
All right, you guys on the phone, make sure you're paying attention.
Steve, lock it in, bro.
All right, again, I'm going to play the track backwards. Moon, you'll have an opportunity first. If you don't get it, you guys have a chance to steal.
Who's my guy? Who's my guy?
Steelers.
You got Justin.
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 Yeah, I know.
All right, Moon, you ready?
Kind of. I'm kind of nervous. I hate this.
Okay.
Okay, what's this song? Any idea?
Yeah, I have an idea, and I forgot the title already. Who's my guy again? Justin?
Justin.
Hey, Justin, what's the newest one that they're talking about that they're doing this?
Justin, do you know the song?
I'm trying to think of the name right now, too.
It's a name.
Me.
It's the new one.
3, 2, 1.
Not
Lern.
It's not Turn It Up, is it? No.
I need a song title.
Yeah, say that.
Turn It Up.
Turn up the volume.
Rafe.
Rafe.
Turn it up, bitch.
Turn it up, bitch. It's Turn It Up, bitch.
Sorry, buddy.
He was on the right track, though.
Yeah, I knew the song. Just didn't know the title.
Okay.
Couldn't remember it. Sorry, dude.
That's the new one, Turn It Up, bitch.
It's a brain freeze.
All right, Lern. So Rafe's got a point there.
Yep.
Lern, what's this?
My gut is saying break stuff.
Final answer?
Yes.
Moon.
My way.
Anybody
King
else?
Scott.
King Scott.
Counterfeit.
The song is called My Generation. This is one of those ones I was like, damn, dude, that's a good song. No points awarded.
Gosh dang.
I was not given a chance.
You wouldn't have known that anyway.
Get out of here.
Rafe.
I don't know if I know the forwards.
Rafe, what's this?
Oh, God. It's nightmare fuel. Can I hear it one more time?
Okay.
Bruh.
You want to use your lifeline?
Steve.
Steve, do you know it?
Faith? Is that
Dang
Faith?
it.
Show me faith.
That's right.
I was going to have that steal, baby. I was going to have that steal.
That's one of the ones I know. So imagine how bad this is going to be.
All right.
It sounded like a different song backwards.
It was the
I know
Faith
it's
part.
Steve. Good job, Steve.
The Faith part.
I love that song.
Dang it.
Okay, Rafe gets another point. He's
All
up
right, 2 up.
2-0. King Scott, what's this?
All right, this is easy, so I'm going to let Ed say it.
Let's go,
All
Ed.
right. Ed, what was that?
Behind Blue Eyes.
Show me behind blue eyes.
Oh, my man.
Dang it.
I got a point.
Now it's back to me. I'm not going to know it.
Ed, nice work.
Boy, known as one of the worst covers of all time. I don't think this is bad.
I do.
It's great.
I don't think it's bad.
I don't want Fred being sad. I want him screaming.
I think this is great.
Is this on a movie or something?
No. Not that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Moon, ready?
I guess so, man.
This one's for you.
You got this, man.
Man.
You've already used one lifeline.
Yeah, I'm not going to use the lifeline, and I'm going to say that's My Way.
Show me my way.
You can hear highway in there.
My way or the highway.
Killing all the songs I know.
Okay.
All right.
Point for Moon. Lern?
Yes.
What's this?
That is Nookie. Show me Nookie.
Show me Nookie.
No. Whoa.
You got it.
Thank you.
That's pretty good.
Still slaps, dude.
Rafe,
Yes.
what's this?
Oh, I know this one.
All right.
Show me.
Rolling.
Show me rolling.
Technicality, that is not the correct title.
Rolling air raid vehicle. We're going to take rolling.
Come on,
We're going to take rolling.
Nobody knows air raid vehicle.
Oh, is that what it's called?
It's called rolling, parentheses, air raid vehicle.
Oh, parentheses. I definitely didn't know that.
Rafe with 3 points. Moon with 1 point. Lern with 1 point. King Scott with 1 point.
We need something a little tougher. This is getting too easy for us.
Scott, what's this? Boy, the melody sounds the same backwards and forwards, by the way.
Then it'll be very easy. And,
That's right.
That's why I'm going to let Ed.
Scott,
Get us a
okay,
point.
is deferring to Ed for his last lifeline. Ed, what was that song?
I think it's break stuff.
Show me break stuff. No.
Rafe.
Rafe.
Take a look around. Is that a song? Take a look around. Is that it?
Yeah.
That dude Google.
Oh my goodness.
That dude
No, it sounds
Googled.
like James Bond. It's the only song I know.
It was a Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
That's it. I was like, it sounds like a movie, like a spy movie. And it sounds the same backwards as forward. Is that the name of the song,
Yeah.
or did you give it to me?
No, take a look around.
Mission Impossible.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
I'm surprised you didn't use the front part of that song, which is like the don da don da, like it's the Bond or not.
I
Bond,
wanted to
but
use
Mission
kind of
Impossible.
the.
That song's still
I thought it was James Bond. But that's what it
This
sounded
was
like.
another one of those songs where I'm
Sorry,
listening at my
Ed.
desk. I go, damn, that's a good song. All right, guys, this is the first toss-up song.
Okay, so anybody's game.
Everybody's game. This song is worth 2 points.
Oh, damn. No lifelines?
No lifelines. This song is worth 2 points. It's a tough one. Here we go.
Learn.
Moon.
Stuck.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Stuck.
The song is called Stuck. This is when I was very angry.
Yeah, you make a dash for my
Very.
cash.
Very angry back then. All right, here's another toss-up one. Worth 2 points. Nobody will get this. God, I'll be so surprised. Rafe?
Dad vibes.
No.
King.
King.
Can I hear it one more time?
I'm playing it right
All
now.
right, pollution.
No.
It sounded like you said pollution.
Learn.
Moon.
Hot dog.
No.
In together now.
No.
Dang.
We're all
The name of the
toast.
song is called Just Like This.
Damn.
Got me there, man.
Just sounds like later biscuit.
This is a significant other.
Is that played on radio?
Okay.
Okay.
Scott, this is you.
I got it.
Oh, did Scott just go?
No, we
No,
just
we're
did a
doing
toss
that.
up.
No. But before that, I lost track.
Yeah.
You got me, man.
'Cause I didn't get the.
You didn't get that. Okay, so
We
Moon's
did
up.
2 rounds, right? Or
Crap.
with everybody
Moon's
guessing?
up now.
Crap.
Wait,
You stole that.
who did I steal from?
Scott, I think.
Oh, yeah, you might be right.
All right, Moon, ready?
I guess so.
What's this?
Moon. I'm going to assume that's in together now.
Show me in together now.
Same song.
Look up to the cross, strange in the land of the lost. Standing up, I'm sideways. I'm blazing up the path, running on the highways around. Choked up by the smoke.
Okay. That's your 4th point. Rafe's got 4 points. Mm-hmm. Lern, what's this?
That is rearranged.
Show me rearranged.
Just think about it.
You can still go into a bass room and a guitar center and hear some random kid playing this riff.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it.
Okay.
It's a great song.
Oh, Steve.
Steve.
Hope you're still there, buddy.
Final toss-up one.
Okay, 2 points.
Wait.
2 points. 2 points for this final toss-up one. What's this, guys?
Moon.
Moon?
Golden Cobra. Gold Cobra. Yeah! What the heck? Stab in the dark.
Whoa.
It was just it was the tone. It was like the pace and the tone. I just remember that because remember they were gone forever, and then they came out with that record, and it was like Gold Cobra. And we're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is Limp Bizkit. They're like in the L.A. River or something.
Yeah. Moon wins. Moon clinched it.
Nice work,
Way
Moon.
to go,
Thank you, Gold
Justin.
Cobra.
Dang.
Mr. Limp Bizkit,
Mr.
2024.
Limp Bizkit, who's not
What's
even going
up,
to be at the show.
Justin?
Congratulations.
Mr. Biscuit. Hey, Chris.
Just for fun. Rafe, what's this?
Finally break stuff.
Show me break stuff.
Counterfeit.
Learn.
Counterfeit.
Counterfeit.
Best Limp Bizkit song.
I know.
Okay. Scott, last one.
Learn.
Oh, it's my turn, right?
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
I'm gonna say it since we haven't got it yet. Break stuff.
Show me break stuff. Yes.
My turn.
Stay away, mother. It's just one of those days.
All right.
Good times.
Baloney.
I think you guys did all right.
Yeah, we did all right.
Sorry, Ed.
Dude, I feel like I overperformed. I'm very happy. 4 points. I did not think that was ever coming out of me.
Hey, that's why
Nice
we can't
work, man.
assume anybody's winning this
Yeah,
contest,
you
all
got
right?
that. You got that good one from the movie.
That's incredible.
That's a tough one to remember, and then when you hear it, you go, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That was
When
a
this
great
came out,
song.
This was ripping.
It is funny. You don't think
I
you.
only remember because of the
Yeah,
I thought it was James Bond.
I think it was Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah,
That
Mission
makes more
Impossible.
sense.
I always thought it was like a James Bond.
It's like a spy. I was like,
forgot.
it's a spy riff. So I was like, it's a sample.
Hey, you know what, guys? Go home and listen to Limp Bizkit today.
Hell yeah.
Go home and listen to Limp Bizkit.
Hey, do it at work.
Dude,
Do it at work.
You know what?
Turn it up.
There's two types of people. There's Limp Bizkit people, and there's Limp Bizkit people. You're a Limp Bizkit.
I'm a Limp Biscuit.
I'm more
Oh,
of your
you're gonna go ride the
BISCU
Screaming Eagle over at Six Flags.
Ain't no
Six
Limp
Flags.
Biscuit over here. Not with Chris.
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Biscuit.
Limp Biscuit.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Some of your emails will be read. It is 8:26. It is Tuesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Bommarito 500 at WWT Raceway is not just a race, it's a spectacle. Go to WWTRaceway.com now because the first deal is the best deal.
Spectacle.
Everything's fairly clear. Your point forecast, rain and flash flood watch across the area, high of 77. Right now it's 70 at the Point Studio.
All right, so I got the gig of the day here today, like no doubt about it. We are here with the guys from the Revivalists and Becca, our grand prize winner. We are here at Music Record Shop, and what we get to do today? Record shop.
I would just like to point out one of the all-time great record title names by Ween, 12 Golden Country Greats.
Oh, that features the song.
There are 10 songs on this album.
But it features the classic "Piss Up a Rope," which is like an amazing freaking song. That I have that record. That is a really, really great record.
Good stuff.
And I'm not even the biggest of Ween. And I don't get all the Ween stuff. Normally that's like my brother's thing, but that one I love it.
They got some great.
It's 8:28. You've driven your hoopty ride into work for the last time. You're like, I can't stand this damn vehicle that I'm driving around in. I want to get something that I love. Well, there might be something for you at St. Louis Acura. Munganast Acura on Manchester Road. Or maybe you're more of a Toyota person, and you want to go up to Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota up in Alton, Illinois. And that is where you can see all of the different vehicles they have for you. In fact, you don't even have to wait till after work. Lunch hour, maybe log on to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com, peruse their inventory. Maybe you have really wanting to treat yourself. You want a brand spanking new 2024 vehicle. They have plenty of them, as well as pre-owned vehicles too. It's new to you. That's all that matters. And you want to be treated like family. Buying a car it can be, scary if you've never done it. I bought my 2017 Acura, my TLX from Munganast Acura, and it was so easy. I needed somebody to walk me through it. I wanted to be with somebody that I trusted, and the Munganast family of dealerships has been in St. Louis for so long. They're going to treat you like family. You will be a repeat customer. I'm telling you that. So get yourself a new ride to you. Go to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com to find out more.
We've had this place for a little over a year now, and every time I come up here, I discover something new, whether it be a new structure or just something hidden in part of the woods here. So a couple months ago, just spotted something in the woods, and what the hell is that? So I went exploring, and let me show you what I found. Check this out. That, my friends, is a hidden sawmill. So I drove out here one afternoon. I said, what the hell is this? Well, you get all this cut wood. You got this wooden structure out here. I said, what is that? And then I go in here, it's a big saw. So this is a sawmill that was just hidden in the woods. So I guess what you do is that little pipe at the end there, you'd hook a tractor up to that and turn the PTO on, and that spins the blade. And you would take your logs, and you'd push your logs up onto here, and this thing slides, and you'd make yourselves some 2x4s or whatever. Am I ever gonna use it? Absolutely not. All I could see is an accident happening. I mean, this guy was using this sawmill up until basically the day he died. And this was an 80-something-year-old guy
who's taking logs, putting them
5 area locations. 5 area locations for R&R Tire Express. Everybody needs a little R&R. RNRtires.com is the website you go to. They have pay-as-you-go programs that fit your budget. And adventure is calling. I'm here to tell you that it's time to turn off that GPS and see where the back roads take you. And before you go, roll into R&R, any of those 5 area locations, and get the best tires for the scenic route. Whether it's a set of all-season tires from Lexani or Nexen or those Terrian Pros from Amp Tires, they've got you covered. And right now at R&R Tire Express, $20 gets you started on 4 brand new tires, and that includes the installation. Don't stop at the tires, though. Add new wheels from Moto Metal or the Borghini ones to complete your upgrade. No commitment, no credit checks, no worries. R&R Tire Express has those flexible payment options based on your budget, plus the peace of mind coverage. Get your name in their books now. Use promo code 20 today if you go to the website or request a personalized quote to lock in that $20 tires deal. Again, the website is rnrtires.com, or you can call them at 833-ROLL-NOW. Cruise in style this summer. I'm telling you, everybody needs a little R&R. And R&R Tire Express has you covered. 5 area locations. Head on over to rnrtires.com.
House of Pain on 105.7 The Point. You are live with Liv, and I am backstage at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater with Breaking Benjamin, getting all of our swears out so we don't do that on the air right now. Gentlemen, how are we?
We're good. Great. It's good to be here.
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. And I'm going to start off by saying something I said to Brent Smith a couple days ago of Shinedown. I'm a fan before, being a DJ and having a cool job. And I'm sure you guys can relate to that, too, that you're a fan first with so many of these acts. What does it mean for you guys to be out on the road with Bush and Alice in Chains?
Well, we grew up with them, you know, so it's like surreal, They go back before our musical endeavors into our real life as, whatever you want to call that. So it's really surreal to be talking to them and hanging with them, and they know who we are, as people, like, oh, hey, Ben, or hey, Jason. We're like, oh, my God.
It's still getting used to it after 2 months.
Yeah, and it's been like 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, there's a moment of breakdown, I would think, between, being a fan and they seem so distant, and now they're a peer. And I think that probably takes a while to digest.
That's your word.
Yeah, it took some liberty with that word, but
closer than maybe the average.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Quiet and respect. We're getting all the fans set up here because it's
toasty.
It is hot as.
Good thing it's not hot today.
Yeah. It's fine.
Because that would be uncomfortable.
It's fine. You can still get your tickets. It'll cool down when the sun goes down.
True. Hot and no swearing.
Where's all the fun in
Why
that?
am I here? I'm just kidding.
I will say, again, as a fan, some of my favorite concert experiences have been at Breaking Benjamin shows. And I saw you guys last winter for your Unplugged tour. And that was cool as hell to have such an intimate experience with you guys after seeing you guys on such a huge stage like this. So what is that like from you guys to go from a tiny venue to a big venue? What's the pros and cons of each?
I think every band will say the same thing, It's more intimate, like you said. And then this is just like, who wouldn't want this? So it's totally different animals, but they both have their allure, and we like to do it all. And we like to play acoustic because it's like bare bones and what do you call it? It's
more
raw.
stripped down. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
it really
something we
is.
enjoy doing. We get to kind of be ourselves a little bit more. There's not as much of the pressures with productions and time frames and budgets and.
It's more like
that.
hanging out.
That's how it felt as somebody that was at a show. I remember, I think, Ben, you were like, I got to take a piss. You walked off stage, and then you guys just busted into Hunger Strike.
When you got to go, you got to go.
That's true. But it's not as easy to do that when you have, 15,000 people.
I still would do that.
So if Ben disappears from stage,
you'll know. I have no. Yeah, you've seen us enough to know that I have no filter. I just keep it real. If I got to piss, hey guys.
Fast-paced world of digital marketing, making meaningful connections with your customers. It's a challenge for any business. But what if there was a place where, I don't know, it was made a lot easier, where connections aren't just made but nurtured for growth? And this is where 2060 Digital comes in. 2060 is our sister company. So if you're a business owner or you're in charge of marketing for a company and you're looking for more ways to reach and engage your customers, look no further than 2060 Digital. So if you're looking for a digital campaign, looking to start that, or looking to enhance your brand's online presence, or you just want to increase customer engagement, 2060 Digital is going to propel your business forward. If you think your business has room to grow, let them prove it to you. Go to 1057thepoint.com and click on the 2060 Digital tile. Request your free digital audit today. 100% free. It takes 5 minutes to fill out the paperwork. That's 1057thepoint.com. Click on the 2060 Digital tile.
Wake up! Cause when you gotta go on a table, and then you gotta go on a table, and then you gotta sit on a table, and then you trust in my sip and slide. That's System of a Down's Chop Suey.
Hey guys, it's Lux, and
All right, welcome back to the program. We got emails here in just a second. Couple stories about shenanigans in the air, because this seems to be a theme this year. What's going on in the friendly skies? Sometimes the plane doesn't even make it off the, doesn't even make it off the ground. Headline: first time China flyer opens emergency exit thinking it's the toilet door.
Oh, man.
Read much?
First time passenger in China opened an emergency exit. She thought she was going to the toilet. The whole evacuation slide came out. I mean, they were still on the ground, thank God.
She's like, what a weird toilet.
So the evacuation slide came out. As a result, the plane had to be emptied. The woman who opened the door was questioned by police. Passenger said the woman opened the door quietly without anybody noticing. And they say when the evacuation slide popped out, even the flight attendants were startled. The lady was in tears when she learned, yeah, you're going to need to pay for that.
Oh, boy.
You're going to have to pay for that
Put that
whole
on a
thing.
credit card.
So how much do you think that's worth?
$35K.
Jeez. I'll go $15K.
I'll go $14K.
Yeah, it's about $30,000.
Oh. Slides aren't cheap anymore.
It's about $30,000 when you deploy that slide.
Yeah, that's because of inflation.
I'm going to give that to you, Scott.
Pretty good, man.
I mean, I don't know how you can mistake. There's all writing and stuff over the door, right? I would think there's a couple steps you have to go through to get that door open.
Mm-hmm. I think there is. There's the giant gray bar, and I'm not sure how many bathrooms you've been in that have a door handle that's 3 feet long.
Well, this is a first-time flyer.
This is very fancy.
This is a first-time flyer, so she doesn't know. She's ignorant. I'm ignorant.
But I thought there was isn't there like a little piece of plastic or something up here you got to do either first or second before that whole thing opens?
I thought so, but on the other end of thinking, it should be easy because you need to get out in an emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
So those doors should kind of be easy to open up. But no excuse. Yeah, the woman's got to pay for it.
Bummer. She's probably never going to fly again. She's like, this was a terrible experience.
Yep. So after one of those slides deploy, the plane could be grounded for a couple days just for maintenance.
Jeez.
So they had to take the whole plane out of rotation. So yep, oops. This one here, that was in China. This one, a stateside, a flight to Manchester, New Hampshire, was diverted last Wednesday after a guy exposed himself and urinated in the aisle.
Wow.
Elton John was on this?
A 25-year-old guy from Oregon, arrested, charged with indecent exposure after the flight landed in Buffalo. The American Eagle flight departed from Buffalo shortly after, I guess, they got this guy off the plane. The guy told officers he was flying from Portland, Oregon to Manchester. He had several whiskeys before the flight, and then more during a layover in Chicago. He said he got up to use the restroom, was coming back to his seat, but had a medical urination problem. So I'm sure he's going to be on a no-fly list after doing that. So, yeah, it was a medical problem, not the whiskeys I had before getting on the flight in Portland and the other drinks I had in Chicago during the layover.
Wasn't about that at all.
Yep. All right, let's get to some of your emails. RizzShow1057thepoint.com.
Emails brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Jam! Team Rizz member number 28 here. Been listening since the original show. Love the new show. I really dig the additions of Lern and Rafe. I like how they bring different elements to everything. Do a hell of a job.
That's nice.
Moon is and always has been amazing on the show. I've been wanting to know if when he says, oh, like in a realization sort of way, is that from Austin Powers?
That's his mom.
What is this person talking about?
I'm not really sure. Rizz, the queen himself, thanks for the tip on 60 songs that explain the 90s podcast. Also, have you ever heard of Disgraceland podcast?
Listen to that this morning on my way in.
It's a music pod, all about crimes and seedy things that happen in the music industry. I think you would dig it. There you go.
I was listening to this morning. The latest episode is about the Son of Sam and the Talking Heads. How Son of Sam was doing his thing in New York at the time, murdering people.
And so was David Byrne.
As the Talking Heads were recording their first record.
That's cool.
And the kind of connection between those events. It's a great, the guy's got a great voice. I think the guy's name is Jake Brennan.
Yeah, he says, I think you would dig it. The guy who does it can really tell a story.
Yeah, he's great.
Thanks for all the years of the shows and countless hours of entertainment sent from my iPhone.
I recommend Disgraceland.
Okay, thanks. Noted.
Next.
Dear Rizzuto, I know you love the bear, as do I. My question, how do you feel about the whole kitchen preparing food and not wearing gloves? Not once do you see anyone wash their hands. Would you eat there knowing they use their bare hands to make food?
That's why they call it the bear.
Alley.
It's bare hands. I think in a lot of those high-end restaurants, I think that's the case.
It adds a flavor.
Does make me feel a little weird. I've seen it a few times, and I always go.
Although, they're using utensils. They're using like tweezers and stuff. They're not taking stuff with their hands and throwing it on the plate.
Also, restaurants, I don't think uses. I think, yeah, like you said, restaurants use no gloves in the back, unless
But they're using they're not bare-handing a steak and just slopping it on the plate.
But they are.
They're using but they're using spoons and they're using
steak.
tongs
But there's other things that they're handling. And there's hands involved. I mean, it happens. What do you get? You're denying it. Like we're witnessing you refusing to believe that someone is handling your food.
I'm hearkening back to Watching the Bear, and they use like tweezers, and they use spoons, and they use tongs, and
Yeah, but normal chefs don't use gloves.
Some do. There are some establishments where gloves are used all the time.
That's it.
Yeah.
When they, usually when they're handling raw meat, yes, gloves are used. I don't know. Never thought about it. Thanks, jerk.
Okay.
But they're not like taking like a handful of mashed potatoes and throwing it on the plate.
Well, no, they'll use a spoon for that. But like if they're making something with their hands.
Well, what do they make before it's and then cooking it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
that's normal.
Yeah, that's the
You cook the stank off. Everybody knows that.
But they're not taking their hands and putting it on the plate.
Yeah, we're not like getting it with the good hand with the mashed potatoes like in Scary Movie 2. I'm just saying, like, you watch I've been watching a lot of No Reservations with Bourdain, and when any of those chefs are cooking, they're cooking with their hands. They're not like using tongs. They're moving like a steak to the grill with their hand, and then cooking it, and then cooking it. Yes. So, would you eat at the Bear restaurant?
Yes.
Okay. Me too.
Yes, I would.
Why is it called the Bear? I haven't found enough interest to watch the show yet.
The last name is Brazzini.
Brazzato.
I'm sorry, Brazzato.
It's a nickname.
Brazzini, Brazzato.
Okay. We're on Fargo right now, so we got a ways to go before we finish that.
His name's Fargazini.
Fargazzuto. Next.
Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to let King Scott know that there's a Lifetime movie in the works about the Chiefs, and they're currently looking for extras to be in the movie. I know that being in a movie is on his bucket list. I think you guys should try out for this.
Dang.
Thank you for keeping us entertained every day. Team Rizz member Teresa. P.S. This was sent from my iPhone. LOL.
We talked about this.
Would you cut your hair to play Harrison Butker? Yes or no?
We talked about this in the kitchen one morning, and he said he doesn't want to be an extra.
I've already done that a few times.
Okay. So for a lead role, would you cut your hair? That's a great
Of course.
You would?
Yeah.
No.
I'll grow it back out.
I know, but I don't like that.
Well, the having that kind of paycheck would be cool.
It's like $2,000.
Yeah. If
no.
If Steven Spielberg.
You're getting scared.
If I'm Spielberg was like, all right, I'm gonna,
Wait, who?
You're getting
Steven Spielberg.
But time out. This is a feature film, so they're telling you it's a smaller studio. It's not a Spielberg thing or something like that, but it is a lead role in a way, somewhat of a lead role, and they're paying you scale. We need you to shave your head.
Oh, nah, I don't know.
I don't know? Well, then you're not committed to this craft, my friend. You're not an actor.
I am, but they also
I
wouldn't
am.
cast me in that role anyways, because I sent in my audition, they would be like, I don't know. They see the hair, they see the look, and they wouldn't go for it.
They see
what
the
are you
hair,
talking about,
they
the look?
see the look.
They have it's how auditions work. They'll look at you and they'll be like, nope, not the right guy. Like his guy looks more like
Not for the film that we're talking about. I mean, think about the dozens of actors that you see, and when you see them for real, and you go, "Oh my gosh, they don't look like that. They don't look like Targaryens." I mean, come on, man. There's 100.
He looks like a wildling. Let's be real.
But there's 100 things where your look has nothing to do with it necessarily.
It's your acting chops.
Yeah, they're going to change something around.
Well, I
and
get
you're
that.
the guy.
If I'm at that point in my career, then that would be awesome.
All right.
I'd be more than happy
Lead
to
role,
cut it.
no haircut, but the lead role is a huge pedophile.
You're playing. Yeah, you're playing.
Pedophile Nazi.
You're playing Jared from Subway.
I'm going to take lessons from my coach here, and he said he wouldn't play characters like a pedophile or a rapist or anything. He didn't want to have those that put his mind in that
like
thought.
branded, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, it's not a good thing to get your mind into.
What if he looked at the script and it was like, oh, therapist, cool. And then you get there, it's like, no, it's the rapist. Damn it.
Oh no! I'm here for the
Why'd you bring your
therapist.
clipboard?
Now you're committed.
What if you're like a villain in a new Spider-Man movie or something?
Yeah, I'd be.
That
a
happens
villain
to be
in
a
second.
pedophile
I want to be a
rapist.
bad
So
guy.
you'll be
That'd the
so
best.
you'll be a fantasy villain, but not a real villain.
Well, that's different than a pedophile. You know, like
Well,
I could go around
how
murdering
do we
people
know?
with a knife. That'd
What
be
if
fun.
Christopher Nolan
That would be fun.
came to you and were like, dude, I've had this pedophile actor role in my head, and you're my pedophile.
There's nothing method about that, okay?
You don't have to do it. You're just known as a pedophile throughout the whole movie.
If you're known for it throughout the whole film and you're not actually in the mind, like I guess if you're
But
just,
you will be working with Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
I won't play with that stuff.
Is there an actor who played a villain like that sticks out in your mind? Like for me, it's Hannibal Lecter. What's his face?
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Everything that he's been in since, I'm going, you're just going to eat people. You know, I don't see him in any other regard, like any other character.
Not me.
Sir Anthony Hopkins is
He's the man.
No. Well,
He's like the dad and grandpa you want, plus he's Cannibal Lecter.
Well, is there a character that sticks out for you? An actor that like one of those roles was ruined? It
The
ruined
other
them?
guy from Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill.
Oh, yeah.
When I see him in anything, I'm like,
what's his name?
Is she a big old fat person?
He's in other stuff too. I think he's a TV guy.
Yeah, he was in like Monk.
Is that the guy from Last Action Hero that plays the butcher?
Dude, he's been in a few.
He couldn't be in anything else.
Yeah, because he's
Every
Monk's
time I see
right-hand
him,
man.
he doesn't cut his hair. He has the same haircut.
And his sack is always tucked back. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Every time he comes on screen, Band of Horses comes on, in my opinion.
Next.
Is it different when you give the waitstaff, quote, a hard time? My husband likes to crack a dad joke here and there, and they, of course, smile and play along. But is it rude? Does waitstaff hate this?
When you're cracking jokes?
Yeah, they say cracking dad jokes here and there, giving the staff, quote, a hard time.
I'm going to say yes. They're just trying to do their
I mean,
job.
you're talking about like when they come over. Are you enjoying your meal and your plate's cleared? And you go, no.
You know what? I feel like
Can I send this back?
I feel like those things are totally okay if they start it. Because sometimes, waiters or waitresses will kind of like
cheese it up.
Yeah, they'll cheese it up and be friendly, and it's like, listen, if you open that door, the door swings both ways.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want no cheese from anyone, except for on the plate. That's all I want.
It's lame. I will say that. If you're tipping well and you're not going way overboard, you're probably okay. I mean, I'll tell you what's being said about you in the server station. This guy sucks. This guy's ripping off dad jokes I've heard 100 times.
I'm so annoyed. I'm quitting this job.
Not quitting. You're just going to be like, I got to go deal with
It's part
Mr.
of it.
Funny Guy. But it's fine.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
And hopefully they leave a good
Better
tip.
that than rude.
I was to say.
For sure.
It goes both ways. You be nice to the server, and they are supposed to be nice to you. Whatever.
Sure. It just depends on what you consider a hard time. It's a pretty broad stroke. If a hard time is like you, like there's some dads who think it's funny, like when their beer is empty, to lay it on its side and like point to the beer, like.
Well, that's just a jerk.
But they think they're being funny. They think they're being like dad funny in that moment. Like if that's what you think giving a hard time is, yes, you suck. That's annoying. Don't do that. But if you're just like, hey, you guys got any, it's cool if I order off the kids menu? You know, it's like, whatever, it's fine.
You know what's a cool thing to do with a can, and I still do it at this age, is where you get the perfect amount of liquid in it and you put it on like the little rim corner. You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Oh, I know what you're talking
It's
about.
so
You
much
gotta
fun stuff.
Balance that, baby.
Oh yeah, you get a can and you like drink half of it or whatever, and then
yeah.
you tilt it, and then it stays upright.
That makes me happy.
It balances
on the
I've
never
rim.
done that.
Like,
You have. I thought it was like the normal thing.
No.
We're gonna do that for you after the show.
Yeah, and if you wouldn't say anything, I would think it's magic.
It is so magic,
It is really.
but it's a perfect amount of liquid in there.
Never done it.
I
Next.
knew it.
Hey, gang, you guys have talked multiple times lately about men losing their dad cards in tense situations. The safari story about the woman getting killed by a tiger had me thinking about a scenario, and I wonder how you guys would handle it. You're on a safari with your partner and only child. Your partner gets pulled off the safari car by a tiger. Do you jump off to help your partner and leave the kid? If you get killed by the tiger, also, your child is an orphan. What's the right choice?
You got to take that into account.
Stay classy, Jeff.
I'm staying with the baby and I'm locking the doors.
You're on a safari car.
I'm screaming from the window,
I'm in the
babe,
safari car. I still lock it for some reason, and I'm in there and I'm gunning it.
babe, what
I'm
were you
out.
thinking?
she locks the open safari car. The open air safari car is locked.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tiger.
Door's locked.
Good luck scratching me now.
And you know what? And so if Tim, he has my blessing to do the same. Just let me, R.I.P. to me. I'm in the tiger's mouth now. So.
Yeah, I'm going to have this discussion with my wife. I'm assuming she'd be like, for the kids.
I know.
Let me try to fight the tiger by myself.
Yeah.
Man.
Fight or flight.
Put up a
Wow,
good
that's a
fight.
great question.
The great question is, okay, let's say you go out and you help your wife fight. It's a tiger.
You're both going to be killed.
Yeah. I mean, like, what chance do you
Why
have?
both
It's
of you?
doubling the
But if
human
But if
presence.
the kid's young enough, just think how cool this will be. He'll be raised by
the
wildlife
Jungle
out
Book,
there.
dude.
By the
Yeah.
tiger, yeah.
That's
That
right.
would be neat.
Cool, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I changed what I'm thinking.
I mean, it is a
I
tiger.
didn't know that was going to be an option.
Yeah, if we know for a fact.
Now that it benefits you, you changed your thing.
If we know for a fact the kid will be raised by the
By the
lion
jungle?
and the tiger.
Yeah.
It's good to go.
And then Disney
There's
will
no
make a movie
guarantees,
out of
though.
it. That's good.
Shit, God.
Now, I'm sorry. I love my wife dearly, but
Stay with the babies.
I stay with the kids. Yeah. Are you jumping out?
Man, I would say probably in the moment I would, but if I was able to think it through and just sit here like this in my comfortable chair, it's probably not a wise idea to go after the tiger.
No, it's not a wise idea.
Hate to say that.
I mean, what are you going to
Hate
do?
to say
I'm
that.
grabbing a weaker dad in the safari car.
Oh.
And throwing him out.
Jeff Goldblum.
Right, so hopefully,
Yeah.
Distract the tiger, get wife back,
yeah.
apologize to the other wife that she married a beta.
Oh, no.
And we move on with our day.
Yeah.
Now
and,
you have two wives.
and while I'm driving out of the safari park,
Yeah.
my prayer is that my
throw
kid
him.
didn't inherit the dumb DNA that got out of a car in a safari park.
Throw the dad out
Yeah.
and then be like, I'll raise your children as if they were my own.
Wow.
Throw him to
Hot
the tiger.
stepdad alert.
Yeah, you're choosing wife or kid.
Right. Hey, you
Not
can always go get
necessarily.
more spouses. Can't get no more kids.
You're not necessarily
What?
just
No,
wife.
you can- I was going to make the argument the other direction.
But you're also risking the kid being like, hey, here's my lifetime traumatic memory. My dad didn't get out of the car to help my mom while she was being mauled by a tiger.
Or the other way is I watched both my parents
yes.
mauled.
Agreed.
But I got raised by this gorilla.
Kind of a lose-lose.
So I'm cool.
I don't know.
It was
Either
very-
way, the kid's going to need
tiger.
therapy.
Yeah,
we know that.
it was
for a
very
fact,
nice
right?
of my
Yes,
dad
yes.
to try to be a hero.
His
My
therapist is the
dead dad.
orangutan that's in the jungle.
Do I have a weapon too? That'd be nice to know.
Your fists.
No.
Just my fists of fury.
And some hand
That
sanitizer.
could win.
If you're in
Fist
an
and
old,
hand sanitizer?
if you're in an
Son,
old
don't
Ford
get
Escort,
out. Your dad's going to go tickle this tiger.
yeah, if you're in an old Ford Escort, maybe you have the little whoop whoop, the push-in cigarette lighter thing. That's about the only weapon you can kill.
No, it's a safari vehicle.
The only thing.
What?
It's an
No,
open Jeep.
No forest fires.
In every one of these scenarios that we've seen this, it's been in a Taurus or whatever.
Yeah,
Somebody going through an
Oh,
own
well,
vehicle.
that's those stupid drive-through safaris.
So why wouldn't I just move the driver and try to run the tiger over?
Good point.
The tiger has now dragged this person into the trees.
And he also clawed out one of the tires. So actually, you're screwed.
Yeah.
You're all getting
We're all
eaten.
going to die anyway.
All right, well, we
Yeah, we're all
solved that.
dead.
Okay.
Next.
Hey, catching up on the podcast, and Moon is upset about the public domain thing. The reason it lapses is because your children did not make your art. So we were talking about Disney, remember, and the Steamboat Willie thing.
Yeah, I think that incarnation of Mickey Mouse is now in the public domain.
So here's the argument.
Or like Winnie the Pooh. Like Winnie the Pooh is now in the public domain. That's why they now are making these Winnie the Pooh horror movies.
The point, the emailer goes on for this point. Your grandchildren did not make your art. You did. You have 70 to 95 years to make the most amount of money you can off of it. It won't leave your legacy. It's still your creation after you're dead. Art improves the world. You're telling me you're so selfish that you wouldn't let anybody else add or expand your improvement after you're dead just because your grandkids won't profit from every single iteration of your art? Art that enters the public domain gets to become posters for $1 that kids can hang on their wall and stay inspired from. Public domain art gets to be the happy birthday song, blah, 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 blah. Public domain art is retro things getting a resurgence because somebody else has the talent to add on and improve but has no talent to create the original. Public domain is somebody that's 18 improving a patent that was made well before they were born, so they weren't even able to have an opportunity to be the original creator. Public domain pushes culture forward. Disney fought so long to protect their money, not their legacy. No one is going to look at a rated R Steamboat Willie and think Disney made it, but they're pissed that they can't profit off of it, even though Walt wouldn't be able to profit off of it anyway. Love the show. 3 out of 5 stars, Tim. I think you missed my point. First of all, I wasn't upset about
I don't
Disney.
even know what this is about.
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about like
Dozed off.
No, I know the story.
like everything becoming public domain, and I was like,
After certain, what is it, 100 years?
it depends on. I
More.
think it depends on the thing.
Steamboat Willie's is way. Or no, it was 1923.
We looked it up, and it was like, depending on the thing, I think it was like somewhere between 70 and 100.
Yeah,
Some of them were not as long as we thought.
Yeah, not as long as we thought. And all I'm saying is, dude, my argument was a lot of people don't invent their thing until later in life. And it's not about them profiting. I'm not talking about that. It's the fact that, like, the world works in, I mean, just look at any show. It's all based on families, whether they were born into nobility or, peasantry or whatever it is. Like, people are constantly trying to improve the lot of their family and of their descendants. And if I created something, I think it's well within my right to try to better my family and descendants, and maybe descendants I don't know yet, in some manner. I think that's a pretty natural state to be
All right,
in.
it's 70 years after the author or creator's death or 95 years after the creation.
And it has nothing to do with adding on. Like, think about songs. Like, let's say the Beatles, wrote a song, and at some point in a couple decades, some crafty person invests and owns all of a sudden all the Paul McCartney stuff, and that stuff goes huge, and this dude's just profiting off of
recycled material.
his ability. Well, not even recycled, like a genius thing that should probably go to the descendants of Paul McCartney. Am I wrong here?
Isn't that stuff in a trust, though?
Yeah, you would think it would be.
Yeah, but sometimes, but again, those ownerships will
I think it's
lapse
a
as
lot
well.
more. I think it's a lot more complicated than just.
Because these labels
I'm
are
trying to-
spinning that
I'm trying to read about this. It's a lot. It's a lot to it.
It's a lot, but the basis is that your descendants won't continue to own it. You can't just keep passing it. Like, there has to be some sort of ownership, and then it goes to public domain. And I understand that argument in a lot of ways. This is
a
a
monster mash argument here.
Yeah, this is a big, complex discussion, not even an argument. And the only thing I was saying was, man, it sucks to think that you can invent something that you hope that your family really can better themselves and lift themselves out of a situation that they would have been in without it, and have that just become not the case.
Yeah.
I think with the selling of music, though, for publishing rights, and they sell it for a lump sum, that money goes into a trust, I imagine, to the descendants.
If you sell it, yes. If you sell it. But is that always the wisest thing to do? I don't know.
You got to read up on that because it's a lot more than just
It's like
70 years or 95 years.
I looked this up and listened to a podcast about like the Monster Mash still makes $1 million a year because it gets played so much at Halloween.
So good.
And that's going to run out eventually. And that goes to the descendant of the. That's the only thing that dude ever did. Like,
Boris.
Boris Pickett. Note. Whatever. Is that his name?
Well, what a name.
Pickett's grandson, Jordan House, is 34. And he is the one collecting royalties.
That's
every year.
awesome.
So he's getting $1 million a year.
How cool is
off
that?
the Monster Mash.
Until he dies, probably.
Or it becomes public domain.
So let's say it becomes public domain before he's 40.
Does he still get paid when it gets played? Once it becomes public domain is my question. Like, if somebody wrote Happy Birthday and we were playing Happy Birthday, like the original Happy Birthday song.
Somebody did.
Well, I think
somebody did.
I think how that would
Somebody
work
wrote it.
is if they play the original one, he still gets paid. But if another artist wants to recreate the song and stuff, they can do it without paying.
I think
They
that's
can do
probably
it for free. Yeah. Which is wild.
So I think the
Yeah.
Boris Pickett version, that guy will still get paid. But if somebody else wants to do it,
But that's what
do it,
the Killers did that with their Christmas songs. You know, they have like a ton of those fun. They found these old Western songs that have long been public domain, and they've taken those to do their Christmas albums, and they work great.
We have to do that.
They work great, but is that fair to the original writer?
Well, it keeps their song alive, you know, at least
it's
to
a
a new
life of the creator,
generation.
70 years for anything after 1978.
Because I'm in a movie dub club where improvisers sit in the back of the room and we play the movie with no sound and we each take a character and just create the movie from scratch. But we have to use public domain movies.
Like Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Yeah, kind of. But we dub the actual characters. We each play a character. But it's like you have to, if we don't use public domain movies and they project them onto the screen, then we owe somebody money.
Yeah. And I appreciate his argument, and I would like to hear more arguments.
All right, listen, we got to take a break.
I just disagree with this.
My brain hurts.
We got to take a break. We'll come back and we'll do some news. We'll give our boss a pass for being a jerk if they're great at their job. And then somebody in what state threw cheese at a passing car? It's the
obvious one?
It's the obvious one.
Okay. All right. And it's allowed.
And it's allowed there, yes. 9:03 Tuesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Bommarito 500 at WWT Raceway is not just a race, it's a spectacle. Go to WWTRaceway.com now because the first deal is the best deal. Things are looking pretty clear. Your point forecast: rain and flash flood watch across the area. High of 77 right now, it's 71 at the Point Studio.
Paps, be good to your daughters. That's how you know to be good. 'Cause some will turn to mommies when others will be daughters and dads. That's how your brothers can be mothers too. That was John Mayer. Daughters.
Hey guys, it's Lux and Jacoby from Papa Roach.
What's up?
How are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'd like to say I'm doing good. I'm just much rather be playing a rock show tonight.
I would much rather be watching you play a rock show. This is such a bummer.
I know, very much so. We just got the news like an hour ago, and I was like, I mean, what am I gonna do?
We did all we could.
I'm here to rock. I'm here to do my gig. You know what I'm saying? And it's Mother Nature is just not having it today.
But the good news is, outside of being here for Point Fest, you guys have a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Papa Roach is killing it. I was on TikTok today. Huge fan of your
okay.
TikTok.
What'd you see?
Well, I saw you reaching out to one of my favorite artists, Kay Flay, for.
Oh, yeah.
So I texted her that video this morning. I haven't heard back, but I did.
You know her?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she's
I absolutely did, and I sent her that video.
I love her, dude.
Summer is here, and it's only going to get hotter from here until August. We've already issued several swamp-ass alerts over the last few weeks. Don't cool off the outside this year. Call my guys at Universal Window Direct. They use super spacer technology developed by NASA, the scientist that helps keep the edge of the glass warmer, holds the seal longer, and makes windows last up to 5 times longer than any other system. So your windows from Universal Windows Direct perform better, last longer, plus they back it all up with a true lifetime warranty for as long as you own your home, plus 20 years. 20 years, you could raise another kid all the way to college with the next homeowner's warranty. That's crazy. Call Universal Windows Direct today, 314-334-2522, and for every 2 windows you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Buy 20, get 20. I don't know where you live. Maybe you live in Wayne Manor and you need 100 windows. Well, you'll get 100 free. There's no limit. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years. You don't pay interest on your window systems. Updating your windows with Universal Direct means you get protection from the elements, a consistent temp in your home, increased energy efficiency, and reduced cooling costs, plus quieter, more comfortable home. 0% financing for 60 months. What do you need? Something else? Fine. Tell them I told you to call. You get $250 extra bucks off your next project for the last windows you'll ever need. Go to uwd.com, and like me, you will be saying, I love my windows.
So here we are, way back Point Fest, and the first band of the day is a band that, through the course of my life, I think I've seen your band 6 times, but we've never chatted and said hello.
It's just strange that wouldn't happen. I know you mentioned Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
We talked on the phone the other day, and
yeah.
I remember the club well. You know, we used to have great shows there, but it's like anything these days. You know, stuff doesn't stay around as long as you would think it would. So
I remember something specific about this show, and it's a little creepy, so I'm going to go ahead and warn you. So where I was standing at Mississippi Nights, they had the back door open, and I could see directly into your tour bus.
Okay.
And I saw you. This is like right before you guys are going on, and I hadn't ever seen you before till this night. And you had like this black leather jacket on, like these skinny sort of jeans, and I was like, this dude is a bad man. And you were, and it was such a great show because that night it was a couple of different bands. Letters to Cleo were on that bill. Yeah. Ned's Atomic Dustbin were on that bill. I love those guys as well. So it was like a cool thing. But it was the first night that I saw you guys, and Vinny, you had this like for real frontman rock star presence about you that I thought was very cool at the time.
you sure put the pressure on me today. Dude, where do you go from there?
Right. But you know what though? And speaking of that role as the frontman is like an important thing, man, because not only the nuts and bolts of the creative side of the music and the lyric writing and stuff, but I mean having that image for the band is an important one, whether you want to kind of admit to that or not.
Oh, certainly. And it's something that we, seem to cultivate early on in the career of the band. We wanted to do that thing. We revere rock and roll, and it almost sounds like I'm just copying Elvis on his '68 comeback. You know what I mean? You can't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? It's like that's pretty much it.
Right. I think it's also funny too when you guys say, "Hey, I'm just ripping Elvis. That's all I'm doing." Or you know what I mean? Like when you have another artist that'll come by, like, "Yeah, well, I'm not that cool. I just got it from this guy." I think it's funny when you guys are the first.
Mentality health, fellas. If you want to hit those goals, you want to feel better, look better, perform better, maybe lose some weight, sleep better. All of that can be helped with Mentality Health. Mentality Health, it's in the name. They are a men's-specific clinic. They are the absolute experts in what's going on inside our bodies and how to make sure on the outside that we do look, feel, and perform our very best with everything. Life is a competition, so get that edge with Mentality Health. Get to those goals. There is no shame in asking for a little bit of help, especially if it's a body thing, which most likely it is. Maybe your testosterone is low. Maybe your vitamins are low. Maybe this, maybe that. You don't know. I don't know. But they will find out with a blood draw. And then you talk to the board-certified physicians, and they customize a treatment program for you to get your numbers back. So if you have low testosterone, they'll put you on that testosterone treatment that is made simple so you can unlock your peak performance through the innovative hormone optimization at Mentality Health. If you're like me, I was vitamin D depleted. I was dang near at zero. It was bad. So they were able to help me with that. And they caught something that was life-threatening for me that I wasn't even looking for with my primary care physician. Thank goodness. Now, my testimony is going to be different than yours, and it's going to be different than Rizz's. But Rizz and I both use that West County location to make sure that we are at tip-top shape. You know what I mean? Mentality Health. Get to your goals. mentalityhealth.com.
All right, backstage at our big, gigantic ho-ho show with Angels and Airwaves. Mr. Tom DeLong, how are you, man? It's great to see you.
I am good, and I just realized you have a kick-ass camera right there. This is like IMAX level shit.
you're doing.
We try not to mess around, Tom.
You don't fuck around. This is like real interview. This is like
the bad part is though with that fancy camera, it really pinpoints the ugliness.
Boogers and like
I mean anything, man, like crazy hairs, anything. It really blows it out.
You know
of
what's
proportion.
funny about that? I was just walking down the stairs, and Alon, my drummer, goes, "Wait a second, I had one. I was like one hair was longer," and he went up to my face and we got it out. One hair, and you just mentioned hairs.
Dude,
that was kind of funny.
You know what the worst part? I don't know how old you are, Tom, but I think we're probably
22.
pretty close. All right, well then we're not. I'm 43.
I'm 44.
All right.
You didn't believe me.
Well, no, I didn't.
Okay,
I
thank
knew
God.
we were in the ballpark. Yeah,
Okay, fair
no. What bothers me about getting older is how rapidly my ear hair grows.
I've noticed every once in a while, like there'd be like a random hair, and you're like, "What the fuck? Where did that shit come from?"
I just trimmed this yesterday, and now I can't hear because there's so much stuff
See,
going on.
women think they have it bad because of like childbirth, but no, men have it really, really bad.
I don't
things like that.
Yeah. I don't know that that's the road we go down.
Yeah, no. Right now, there's women over there going, "We will kill you."
Right now. While you sleep. Real quickly, because I know we don't have a ton of time. Tom, when you first, way back in the day, when you first started talking about like the alien stuff, the UFO things, I thought, it's very good, and I'm going to be very honest with you, it's good everybody has a hobby. You know what I'm saying? But I did not necessarily firmly line up with you on a lot of those things.
Sure. Yeah.
Over the years, you have been proven incredibly right about a lot of things, and there's got to be a lot of people like me, and you have to know that. Is there any sense of like sort of vindication in that?
In all seriousness, vindication's not the word I would use.
On your car and your home insurance, Allstate, my agent Tracy Bibb, has some great rates out there. Competitive rates. Now, with Allstate and Tracy Bibb, you get personal attention from your agent. Most people have never even met or talked to their agent. It's just a name on a door. Tracy's going to work with you to make sure you have the right type of coverage for when something happens. I'm not saying if something happens, it's going to be when. Because we're all going to have a claim in our lifetime with either our car or our house. And when claims do arise, Tracy is going to make the claims process easy and quick. In the Rizz household, we have all our policies through Tracy Bibb. We got both cars, we got the house, we got an umbrella policy, we got a life insurance, both life insurance policies through the Bibb agency. Get a hold of Tracy today for a non-committal quote. It's free and it's simple. 314-328-4260, 314-328-4260. It's no fib. You're in good hands with Tracy Bibb.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and we have the absolute pleasure for the first time of speaking to Ash from New Year's Day. Welcome, and it's great to have you at Point Fest.
We're so honored to be at Point Fest today. It was so much fun.
You had that crowd going. You know what I mean? How do you handle the challenge when you are coming into a situation?
We'll be hopping over to the bathroom stalls for a live number 2 show.
That's right. You can call 818-532-1420. That's 818-532-1420. The poop lines are open. And you can call us up in the first 15 minutes with Rizz. He comes in, he sits down, and in 15 minutes without any pomp or circumstance, he pulls his headphones and walks out.
That's what I do.
So
you have 15 minutes, and then I'm out.
That's right. It's from 10:15 to 10:30. We will be live at the Point YouTube app. Send me an email at the Point or use the Point app. You can give us a question in the drop-down box. Maybe we'll discuss it live on air if you got something interesting or obscure that you want to talk about. Again, the number is 818-532-1420. See you at 10:15.
All right. Number 2 show after the number 1 show today. Let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And news sponsored by
Energy Stars Heating and Cooling, preferred partner of Ameren, Illinois, to make your home comfortable and affordable.
All right. For those of you listening, do you have a demanding boss? Now, a new study found one thing about them can affect whether you think a demanding boss is acceptable or not. So a team at Ohio State found that we'll give our boss a pass for being a douchebag or a jerk, but only if they're really good at their own job. So, and they use Steve Jobs as an example. Like Steve Jobs
got fired.
Not that he got fired, but he was notoriously not the nicest of people.
Right.
He was demanding. He was a jerk to a lot of people. But he also accomplished a lot, and he was good at what he did. So if your boss expects a lot from you and performs at a high level, you're more likely to see it as tough love that's ultimately making you better at your job. But if they demand a lot and they don't do great work, you're more likely to think they're just a bad manager and they're mean for no reason. And authors of the study caution, though, that even the Steve Jobs types who don't always have they don't always have an overall positive effect. Sometimes we think that our boss is riding, we think our boss riding us will make us better at our job and lead to more money or promotion. But then it turns out they were just being a dick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's that one more often.
I think so, too. So, yeah, he's being a jerk to motivate you. Or he's just a jerk. There's that, too.
Yeah.
We live in a society now where, everything needs to have an explanation.
Right.
Well, nobody ever explained it before, so now people are questioning
No, but I'm
it.
just saying, even if it's always got to be, well, little Johnny's, got, ADHD, and, that's why he misbehaves. Or he's just a rotten kid.
Sounds like you're not in the family.
Or his parents weren't parents.
Or he's just a rotten kid.
Do you think people are more annoyed by the definition of everything? Like, yeah, maybe it is ADHD. But now we know that.
And maybe it is. But sometimes I just like to throw everything doesn't have to have a complicated explanation.
Mm-hmm. I think
Sometimes
people
it
are
just is.
Yeah, I think people are just frustrated because people take advantage and use it as a shield or use something as a shield.
And you know what? In
because
my
it's-
head, that's what not it always
just
is.
like the dogs, just like the service animals. Like people need freaking service animals. Not everyone that has them need them. You know what I mean? And people have totally taken advantage of that in scenarios where you know that that's not a service dog.
It's weird that we are fascinated by the minority, though. That's with everything. Yeah, like I understand what you're saying. Like there's people that are taking advantage of the system, but that's not the majority.
It's just like
the majority still needs those service animals.
It's like non-soccer
Yes.
fans talking about how they flop all the time. It's like, yeah, it
They
happens.
do, though.
But okay.
They do. They do.
All right,
Shoehorning
here we go.
soccer into this argument.
Here we go. I'm just saying it's a perfect example because you guys are falling into it.
They
every
do.
time.
Anyway.
And they do.
Hurricane Beryl hit Texas yesterday. That's some of the weather we have today is because of this hurricane. Millions without electricity. And as of last night, Beryl knocked out power for 3 million people. Houston took the biggest hit. With 2 million people losing electrical services, at least 4 people in the U.S. were killed because of the hurricane.
Oh, my gosh.
Dozens of high water rescues were reported. Beryl downgraded to a tropical storm, but flooding, winds, tornadoes continued in parts of East Texas, western Louisiana, and Arkansas. While people in the affected areas try to clean up, others will deal with the remnants of the storm today, like us, actually for the next couple days. This is very on brand, like being assaulted by a potato in Ohio or, being assaulted with a lobster roll in Maine. Police in Eau Claire, Wisconsin put out an APB after somebody threw cheese at someone else's car. Happened at 9:45 p.m. last Monday.
I was just there.
The
You
friendliness.
okay?
I am. Thanks.
Did you see any cheese flying through the air?
No, and I'm a little disappointed. I didn't even get a cheese curd while I was there.
The victim said it felt like somebody was trying to chase them down, and that person threw cheese at their vehicle. The Eau Claire Police Department posted about it on Facebook and called it the most Wisconsin complaint they've ever received. And their post went on to say, not Gouda, it's unbelievable
Whoa.
that somebody would do that. Throwing cheese is not your best look.
Oh, nice.
Get the hell out of
That's
here
good
with
for them
all
to-
that.
Get
Must
it?
have been a Munster that did it.
Yeah, they said that already. What monster would do such a thing?
This news article written by King Scott.
Somebody called it a Swiss demeanor.
Oh, gee.
Hey, I like that one.
Their car was peppered with Jack.
Oh, I mentioned earlier that my wife's aunt and uncle are in town, and they came from Wisconsin. They brought a giant bag of cheese curds.
Oh, I
Yes,
know.
please. Like the squeaky cheese kind, like the real, good stuff, the good stuff. You can't get that anywhere else. Ford is recalling around 30,000 2022 and 2023 Mustang models due to a steering issue that could unintentionally turn the steering wheel.
Whoa.
So they could fix the problem with a free software update, and an official dealership. Affected owners will get a recall letter next month. Hey, if you want to look young, hip, and trendy this summer, toss some socks on under those sandals. Because socks and sandals, yep.
Are back?
Fantastic.
It's a thing.
Birkenstocks?
The young kids, the younger kids. A new poll found almost 1 in 6 Americans and more than a quarter of young people think socks with sandals is a good look.
Huh.
26% of people under 30 said it's usually how they roll when they got sandals on. Another 11% are on the fence about it. Only around 10% of people over 40 rock the socks and sandals look, and it's even less common among seniors.
You know why we don't? It's because people made fun of us in middle school when we had those ACGs and we wore them with socks once. Never again. Never will I endure sixth grade.
You know what brought this back is the Croc.
Yeah, the Croc, and I think a bunch of
saved the sock industry.
I think college kids are
Croc
just so used to being in
saved the sock
in sandals, and they just can't let it go.
I've been watching that Pam Anderson Garden of Eden show on Hulu where she redoes all of her family's homes, and she's got Croc heels. And I don't know how to feel.
I like to wear socks over my sandals.
This is my Bigfoot.
Yeah, dude.
That is a good look.
But the trend reverses when we're talking about sneakers. Only 4% of young people like wearing sneakers without socks compared to 11% of seniors. And that makes sense because once you're over 65, who has the time and the flexibility for socks every day?
Yeah.
Am I right?
And I think your feet might smell less bad than you did as a teenager.
Do you guys own anything vintage?
Of course.
Okay, what's something vintage you own?
I
Vintage
own-
handbag?
No, I have belts, I have T-shirts, I have dresses, hats.
Furniture?
Vintage furniture, okay. Anything vintage, Moon?
There's a vintage guitar in my house. It's not mine.
Vintage guitar, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's a lot of vintage music stuff. You know,
Well,
pedals and.
Somebody noticed Apple now lists their original AirPods as a vintage product.
AirPods? What?
AirPods, yeah.
I get it with the iPod.
Yeah, we're not talking about the old ones with the wires. We mean, the first wireless ones that came out way back in September of 2016. Less than 8 years ago. Apple considers a product to be vintage 5 years after they stop selling it. So it's really just their own definition. But it's weird to hear a term we associate with antiques
I guess that makes
used
sense.
to describe a wireless product.
Well, I guess that makes sense, though, because if cars were, they're technically vintage, what, after 25 years, they say? Isn't that when you can get a vintage
Yes.
plate? So, I mean, if cars are 25 years, I guess electronics.
I guess so.
5 years. Think about having, I got a computer from 2009. Boy, oh boy, is that vintage. I mean,
Yeah.
what a big old hunky piece of crap.
That makes sense for Apple, too, because I feel like everything that they make craps out about 3 years in.
3 years
Yeah, the
in.
clock's ticking.
Designed
Craps out.
obsolescence or whatever.
Yeah, craps out or just becomes obsolete because that's the pace in which
They just stopped
it's
making
moving.
Yeah.
Well, they moved the AirPods to the vintage list last Monday, along with their first generation HomePod smart speaker and the iPhone X that came out in 2017.
Dude, even televisions that aren't moving, at half the speed that computers are. The TVs that we have in the house are all ones that I bought in 2015, and it's noticeable when you go, in the electronics section of any store. I'm just like, damn, these
Yeah, oh, yeah.
TVs are smoking mine, man.
And finally, a 90-year-old Chinese woman unknowingly used an old hand grenade to crack nuts and hammer nails for 20 years after finding the unexploded hand grenade in a field one day. I don't know if anybody saw this story, but it was everywhere last week. The woman said that she was working on her farm when she found this strange metal lump with a wooden handle. She thought, it's a hammer. She took it home, used it to pound all kinds of tough objects, from nuts to metal nails. It was only last week when a team of men were working on demolishing her home, noticed a hand grenade, and that she had been basically gambling with her life every time she used it. And she used it a lot.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's one of these things.
The grenade's wooden handle had become smooth and glossy from years of use, while the metallic head was full of dents. She said, I've been using it at home to pound red pepper, crack nuts, hammer, and nails. After the workers alerted authorities about the hand grenade, police dispatched a special unit, like a bomb squad unit, that confirmed that the object was indeed a Chinese Type 67 hand grenade.
Yeah,
that somehow withstood the abuse the woman had subjected it to for the last 20
If
years.
somebody else uses it, it's going to blow up immediately. But she's like an unbreakable character somehow, and just it's not gonna go off in her hands. Look at it. I mean, look at this. Look at this whole thing, dude. I can understand if somebody doesn't know what that is. It does look like some sort of hammer device.
Yeah, they just said this woman is just
looks like a
extremely,
wand.
extremely lucky.
Crazy.
All right, that's your news. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Scott?
Yes, sir.
Jokes.
Yay!
Headline goo next, and some sports. It is 9:26. It is Tuesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Bommarito 500 at WWT Raceway is not just a race, it is a spectacle. So go to WWTRaceway.com now because the first deal is the best deal. We got a right lane block due to a crash 270 westbound at Dunn Road. Down on 44, we got a right lane block due to a stalled vehicle 44 eastbound at 141. Your point forecast, rain and flash flood watch across the area. High of 77 right now. It's still 71 at the Point Studio.
All right, so I got the gig of the day here today, like no doubt about it. We are here with the guys from the Revivalists and Becca, our grand prize winner. We are here at Music Record Shop, and what we get to do today? Record shop.
I would just like to point out one of the all-time great record title names by Ween, 12 Golden Country Greats.
Oh, that features the song.
There are 10 songs on this album.
But it features the classic Piss Up a Rope, which is like an amazing freaking song.
July is National Carpet Cleaning Month, and because of that, and it's the month of the 4th, Zero Res is offering 3 rooms, zero resified, starting at just $129, and get a 4th room for free. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, basically every surface in your house could be zero resified. So it's time to call in the cleaning pros. Don't do it yourself. You're just going to make things messier. You're going to ruin your carpets. And it's also the perfect time of year to get your air ducts cleaned out. This month, take $75 off your air duct cleaning. And air duct cleaning is going to help with allergies and asthma. There's going to be less dust around the house, lower energy bills, and your house will stay cleaner longer. Zero Res has a 4.9 rating on Google with over 5,500 reviews. And, of course, you got the Zero Res Gotta Love It guarantee. Give them a call, 314-474-2020, or book online anytime at ZeroResSTL.com and say you want the RizzShow special. Spelled backward or forward, it spells the same. It's Zero Res.
What's going on? It's Liv, and I'm in the Four Brothers Mead tent, joined by a few of the members of Papa Roach. How's it going, guys?
I'm great. I'm great. Good to be here. Point Fest again.
Yes, and I know
We're doing it.
you're a Point Fest veteran. This is my first one.
Oh, really?
And the guys were telling me, he's like, you know what? Jacoby one time came over here, took his pants off into the whole interview in his underwear.
Damn, I don't
So
even
you are a
remember that.
bit overdressed.
Damn. It's part of my,
Are we going to roll the clip?
Dude, I got to see this. I totally forgot that.
Apparently it happened.
I know. I do look good with my pants off, though. But, yeah.
That would push ticket sales for tonight.
Totally.
We're so excited that you guys are here. You got Ego Trip.
Yeah, it's out.
It's out. It's incredible. And we were just talking off the interview that I'm from Maine. A lot of snow in Maine, and I gotta say, Swerve is my snowstorm driving jam. Crank it up, and when it's coming down and people are driving all over the road, the perfect song.
That's perfect, for real. I can just imagine seeing all these cars just like
That's exactly how it
careening
goes.
off into the ditch.
Yep. Now,
Yeah.
you guys just released a music video for No Apologies. One steady shot. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was we've been doing it for a little while, and it was great for the tour. we did it pretty much every day, but we picked the best one, and it was like, it just the crowd came alive, and it just made for a great show. And
I think we'll do it again tonight.
Do it up.
I mean, we've been doing it every night. We're like, hey, one take music video, let's go.
Yeah,
It's so good. And your brother does it.
Yes, he does all of our content, and it's fun having him on the road. He's not here with us today. It was just like we got 2 shows, so we're playing here,
Give him
and then
a day off. He's family, right?
Yes, he actually works both for us and the Struts that are here today.
That's incredible.
Oh, fellas, don't wait, man. I know you don't feel right. You're like, oh, it's raining outside. Yeah, that's why I don't feel good. That's why I feel so tired. Maybe. Or maybe you got something else going on, man. Maybe you don't have the energy boost because your testosterone's low. Maybe you got a vitamin deficiency. Maybe you just need a little sunlight and collagen in your life. Maybe you need a little top off of your fluids. Whatever you need, they got it at Victory Men's Health, man. They'll put you in an egg chair and give you an IV treatment that'll have you feeling like $1 million when you walk out of there. If you need testosterone, they got that too. If you need a little help, if you're having some problems with ED, they got treatments for that too. Whatever is going on in regards to men's health, they can help you. And when they do their blood work there, they test your prostate, which is super important for anybody over the age of 35. So don't wait. Go make an appointment today. You can go to their website. They have 4 locations, so there should be one near you. There's one in East O'Fallon. That's Missouri and Illinois. There's one in Town and Country that we all go to because it's nearby the station here. We love everybody at that location. And then there's a brand new location in Sunset Hills, Missouri. So wherever you are, there's a Victory near you. Let them help you take your health back in 2024. For more information, go to victorymenshealth.com. That's victorymenshealth.com.
Yes, have some. You go.
Hey guys, it's commercial break. Make sure to like,
subscribe, and share. It's the best way to show your love for the Rizzuto Show.
So cheesy.
All right. This is King Scott, Ways of the Blades. Today I'm going to teach you swords. First, you want to start with the Holiday Special, the great way to start an attack. They'll never see it coming. Next, you want to use the Festus Backswing, especially if they use the Matthew Perry. Now you want to finish with the Canterbury Slice. It's a great follow-up if they're using the Crom's Delight or the Miniature Poke. Thank you for watching. This is King Scott's Ways of the Blades. Now you know swords.
Hey, we're the Interrupters! And we're here with our new friends Sarah and Donnie from The Point. We're at Music Record Shop and we're gonna go get some records.
Record and ska. This record is going to change your life. It really is. This is nightclub, gangsters, Rudy, A Message to You, Rat Race, man, Ghost Town. So we come, Interrupters, before we come out on stage, we play Ghost Town, and it's on this. You just have to get, this is, I insist that you get that one. Okay.
If you were gonna get a Ramones record, are you a fan of the Ramones?
I don't know, a lot of times I hear songs and I'm like, oh yeah, I love that song. I just can't remember who it was.
I Want to Be Sedated.
Mm-hmm.
And like Blitzkrieg Bop.
Mm-hmm.
So this is their second record, and it's really good.
In 8th grade, I went to Catholic school. I had to walk from my school to my parents' office, and in between the school and the office was a reggae record store. Like it was a record store, mostly just reggae. From school until then, that most of my time was spent at that record shop.
Moritz Royce Jewelry, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show.
Yeah, we always talking about checking out their private showroom, which you got to make an appointment, you got to get buzzed in. But you can check their Facebook, you can check their Instagram as well, Moritz Royce Jewelry, and see what we're talking about with just incredible pieces. Obviously the engagement rings, the diamonds, the gemstones, but the watches as well. We talk about how we love our watches, and today you went, what the heck? I'm naked without my watch. I know, you look ridiculous. It would
whether
look
this
better
guy
with
wears
a
a
Moritz
watch or
Royce.
not.
Yeah, it would look better with the Moritz Royce watch on you.
Listen, even the online stuff, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You got to go up there. You got to make the appointment. If you're looking for engagement rings, you sit there in a private office. John or Dan or any one of the staff up there, they bring the stuff out to you. It's a shopping experience you would get no other place. It's Moritz Royce Jewelry. NinjaBling.com. Get the phone number, get the address. They are the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show. Moritz Royce Jewelry, where you get the jewels and not the shaft. I believe Clownvis back in Friday with us. He's got his show at Delmar Hall on August the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Go see Clownvis. Also, Friday, champ from Anchorman, David Keckner, in studio.
Todd Packer.
Todd Packer, yeah. All right, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Don't let us down.
I will not. It's impossible.
It's a gloomy day. Who's ready for some sunshine?
Me.
Let's do some laughing. All right, King Scott. What's going on?
Russian scientists conducted an autopsy on a 44,000-year-old wolf. Like everything else that dies in Russia, it was poisoned by Vladimir Putin. Over the weekend, Las Vegas saw a record high of 120 degrees. Now, it was so hot that Wayne Newton's face looked even more like it was melting.
So hot.
I don't know where that word came from.
No.
Boeing agreed to plead guilty to conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and could potentially pay up to $487 million in fines. Now, the deal hasn't been finalized yet because they're still working out the nuts and lack of bolts.
Rafe, comedian. How's he doing?
Pretty good so far.
All right.
The
Thank
last
you.
one was pretty good.
There hasn't been a wild female jaguar spotted in the entire United States since the 1960s. Now, not to be confused with wild female cougars, which are spotted in hotel lobby bars nightly across the entire United States.
Hell yeah. Let's
Am
go,
I right,
ladies.
Cougars?
Woo!
Rise up.
Police in Ohio are looking for a man who peed on a pile of sandwiches in a supermarket. Police say the guy is number one on their most wanted list. Now, if the guy gets
Delivery. Couldn't stick the landing on that.
caught, they didn't. If the guy is caught, he faces a fine, jail time, and a copyright infringement suit from Subway.
You made up for it there.
Okay.
All right.
Today is O.J. Simpson's 77th birthday. Although he can't be here to celebrate, I'm sure he's out there somewhere looking up at us.
Nice.
Hell joke. Okay.
Best one yet.
A 65-year-old woman died at the Rolling Stone show in Vancouver Friday night, and her last words were, "Keith, you bastard, how are you doing it?" Busta Rhymes lectured the crowd for using phones during his concert. "Okay, dude, relax," responded the crowd, a guy named Dave. And finally, today is Tom Hanks' 68th birthday, and it's ironic that the guy we associate with Woody now has trouble getting one. And may the goo be with you.
And also with you.
Thank you.
All right, you got him next time.
Thank you. Hooray!
All right, sports. All right, Moon.
Sports brought to you by Jack and Coke, the popular cocktail now available in a ready-to-drink can. So originally, the bout between 57-year-old Mike Tyson and much younger Jake Paul was scheduled to take place on July 20th. That date was postponed after Tyson had a medical issue regarding a flare-up of an ulcer problem and was advised to delay the fight. In May, Tyson had a medical emergency on a flight from Miami to L.A. and needed medical treatment. The team has worked diligently with all parties involved to reschedule this monumental fight to a date that ensures both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are fully prepared, and apparently they will be November 15th at Arlington's AT&T Stadium in Texas. See you then. Alex Burleson.
Didn't we know that? Wasn't that? I thought we knew that already.
Oh, I don't know. Had I announced it here? I don't know. Alec Burleson added 3 RBIs in the final 2 innings as the Cards turned a close game into not a close game. The Cardinals scored 4 runs in their final 2 at-bats and shut out the Nationals 6-0.
Beautiful work.
At Nationals Park, the victory is the Cardinals' 4th on the road trip and 12th in their past 17 games. Secured a win in the 4-game series. Cards take on the Royals at Busch tonight with a 6:45 start. There's a electric car that NASCAR has unveiled and let like a retired driver drive. And I'll talk a bit about it tomorrow, but I'm putting some details up on the blog because it's a pretty freaking interesting story to think that we might go to electric car racing because this thing is quick as heck. It is very quick. Cool. I'm Moon, and that's your sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
Well, here we are, Music Record Shop, and it's Donnie. We've got Giannis, we've got Jimmy, and we've got Alex, our grand prize winner. And quite simply, gentlemen, for the next little while, we're just going to go record shop.
Wicked.
Which sounds fantastic. So we'll check in when we get done. Let everybody kind of get after it. But like, do you have a plan when you're going into a record shop?
No, I'm just going to go at it with a frenzy.
All right, very good. Well, we love that. All right.
My son's eye doctor, and that's Dr. Vasella over at Fenton Family Eye Care. Now, Dr. V is one of only 2 pediatric specialists in the St. Louis area affiliated with Treehouse Eyes that does myopia control for kids. Think of this as LASIK, but for kids. Now, my son is nearsighted. He's got to have glasses on, and he's a pain in the ass. I forgot my glasses at school. I left them at home. I don't know where they are. Now, with Dr. V's myopia control overnight contacts, he puts the contact lenses in before he goes to bed every night and takes them out in the morning. When he takes them out, he doesn't need glasses to see all day long. And it keeps his prescription from getting worse. And I think every parent should know about this. Consultations with Dr. V are absolutely free with zero obligation. Go to FentonFamilyEyeCare.com and book a free myopia control appointment. Again, that's FentonFamilyEyeCare.com.
Aha! Welcome back to the farm. So today's a special day because I got Mark from Colonel Landscaping here. Hey, Mark.
How's it going?
So Mark brought us a gift, the gift of a tree. So Mark, what is it? What does this symbolize? What is this tree? What do we call this?
So this would be kind of like a statement tree. Or a memorial tree sometimes. Moving on to a new piece of land, you put this thing in there, it grows along with you as you grow with the land.
Well, a memorial would be like if I died and then you plant the tree. So we'll call this a statement tree.
Statement tree.
So this is a statement tree courtesy of Mark and Colonel Landscaping for Rizz Farms here, which will be put up in front of the house and it'll be on the farm for forever.
Yep.
All right, so Mark, what kind of tree is this?
This is an autumn blaze maple, so it's going to get beautiful fall colors. It's a relatively fast grower, so it's going to get nice and big, give the house some shade.
Oh, awesome. So we need to put this into the ground, which I've never planted a tree before, so...
Oh, you're going to get your education today.
Oh, nice. So let's get it off the trailer.
All right.
And into the ground.
Yes, sir.
And how much does this thing weigh?
Probably about 200 pounds.
Good thing I got this cart. Let's load her up. All right, Mark, let's do a tree raising ceremony.
All right, here we go.
You're doing great.
Yep, that's it. Keep doing it.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Down a hill, down a hill.
Yep, now up. Up a hill. This is actually going to be the hard part.
Ready?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Wait.
Here we go.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We can't just leave it like this, right? We got to put it in the ground?
Yes. We got to put it in the ground. So we're going to need to dig a hole about twice the width of the root ball and just a little bit more shallow than the depth of the root ball.
Do we have a machine? Because I'm into doing things the easy way. Listen, I understand the manual labor part. Makes you a man. Gives you muscles. But I got nothing to prove to anybody, so... did you bring a machine with you?
Yep, I got just the thing.
Oh. We have heavy machinery. All right, Mark, start digging.
people in bad circumstances, especially if you've had like a hiccup with your credit. You need a car. So you think you need to go to the car lot, whatever dealership, and you walk the lot and you go, all right, I want that car. And then a sales guy comes and whisks you into a finance office. You got some pencil pusher sitting across the desk from you, and he's furiously filling out paperwork and he's handing it to you. You're signing it. You know what the hell's going on. It's a whirlwind of activity. And next thing you know, you find out how much you're paying a month, and you go, oh, my God, what did I just do? The Auto Loan Pro is going to help you do everything the right way. Anyone can sell you a car. It takes a pro to do it right. Making a big purchase with finance is complicated, especially if you had that hiccup with your financial situation. The Auto Loan Pro is going to get you back on track. He works with over 50 different lenders to get you the very best financing. He's going to work his ass off to get you the best rate possible with little to no money down. So if you're financing a car, there's one thing to know. Choose the Auto Loan Pro. Autoloanpro.com, autoloanpro.com.
All right, Point Fest 2022. It is Liv, and I am so excited. As you know, this is one of my favorite bands ever. The Struts, gentlemen, thank you so much.
That was a lovely introduction.
So excited. So to start, I actually have a prop because I met you guys several years ago. It was backstage at a show, and Luke, you had disappeared for a moment, and I missed an autograph on my favorite piece of merch ever.
Oh.
Here we go.
There's a badge on your bag as well with the Struts on.
Wow.
So,
flag.
Ah.
The flag.
If you would be so kind,
Of
my friend.
course. Do you have a pen?
I do.
Yeah, fantastic. Of course I will.
That's been waiting there
Since
in
2019.
anticipation.
It's been on my wall, and I'm like,
Oh, it's a
damn
big
it, I
day.
don't have Luke.
Seize the opportunity.
Exactly. I have you guys hostage, so I kind of had to. Thank you so very much.
Pleasure. I'm sorry I didn't sign it
You
before.
had a show to get ready for. That's
I was
totally
getting
fine.
ready. Oh,
you
that
were,
makes
you
sense.
were. You didn't just like bail on me.
No. Okay.
So we got the Struts here. You guys have a lot of new things going on this year. You got a new label. You got a new logo. You got a new single, which I can only assume is there a new album in the works?
Yeah, we've been officially we started working on a new record like in February.
Okay.
And then we've sort of honed in even harder on the making of it since coming back to LA for the last like 2-3 weeks or so.
Oh wow!
The aim is to get it done by the end of the year.
Perfect.
All polished and ready to go.
So tell me a little bit about the contrast in, I guess you're making an album the old-fashioned way versus during 2020 when the pandemic hit and you guys quarantined for 10 days and busted out an album.
Yeah, it's very different. It's kind of getting back to...
It's for my friends over at Schnucks. Now, you know I'm always talking about how great their rewards program is. I won't shut up about it. And now it's even better. It's better because they just released new perks to make it more personalized. So they've now got personal double points days, which makes earning rewards easier and faster. All you have to do is keep an eye on the rewards app for your personal double points day coupon. Now, once you clip it, you could use it to get double the points on your entire purchase. So instead of your usual 2% back, you're getting 4% back in Schnucks Rewards to use on a future purchase. And by the way, you get to choose when to use the coupon. You can apply it the next time you do a big shopping, like a stock-up shopping, so you really get the bang for that buck. Now, this is an in-app coupon, so make sure you download the Schnucks Rewards app and check your digital coupons. That's where you'll find this coupon when it periodically pops up. Download the Schnucks Rewards app today and look out for those personal double points days. Let's get to Moon's list of things he would like
Moon's
to achieve
bucket
before
list. There's
death.
some cool ones on here, man. There's a couple cool ones. Let's start with number one. Moon wants to drive a monster truck, which is rad as hell. And I at least want to ride shotgun.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. Growing up in St. Louis, big Bigfoot fan, as everyone should be.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, we've gone to this Monster Jam. You know, Monster Jam always invites me out and has had me out for years and years and take the kids. And it's just been the most fun experience every single time it comes through. We do a whole family event with it, and every time, Scott and I have done this, where we get down on the track, on the dirt beforehand for the pre-show, and when you're next to one, how can you not be driven to want to drive it?
As somebody
you sit
who's
there and you go,
driven one.
I am compelled.
You have?
Oh yeah. I drove the tailgater.
Dang.
A couple years ago.
Did not know that.
There's no second seat. It's only one seat, so you can't ride shotgun.
That's fine.
Man.
It's better.
Then I want to go.
Probably, and I have pictures. Probably one of the coolest things I've done. I got to drive it over at the racetrack.
I didn't know.
I didn't get to crush any cars.
You didn't?
No.
Just candy.
They let me by myself in the car, like here.
Yeah.
Now they did
You
have
got the foot pedals and everything?
The whole thing.
Oh, see, this is what I want to do.
The whole thing.
Dude.
Now the guy whose truck it was did have a kill switch, and they have those.
Yeah, that's fine. You
And
ain't
they have
gonna
those
need it.
just in case I got out of control.
Just in case I
drove
try
in
to
against
backflip.
a
remote kill switch?
Like a remote kill switch.
He's going for the backflip.
Yeah. All
That's
the trucks
dope.
have them.
Can I ask this?
That is a great bucket list item, and
Yeah, that one's
That is
awesome.
great. In my head, every monster truck has that gas pedal that looks like a bare foot.
Yep. With a claw.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Like it just looks like 5 toes and a bare foot that's like says life rips on it or something like that.
You got to climb in, through the bottom.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Doors don't
man,
open.
dude, I am jealous
no
of
doors.
this.
Yeah, this one's so cool. I hope Corey Rummel is the one that lets you ride it or
I
drive
wanna
his
do
truck.
this.
Now, would you drive the old Bigfoot that I see sitting?
Yeah, but that ain't what I'm looking for.
You want a modern.
That would be sick. Like
There is modern Bigfoot.
Yeah, they have the Hot Wheels one.
Oh, okay. I
It's in
haven't
the
seen
Hot Wheels circuit or whatever.
I haven't seen that. Like the original one. I mean, that would be. I would love a picture in it. Just like kid me. But man, when you go to Monster Jam and you see what they're doing with these trucks these days, it is a different thing.
They have a modern Bigfoot. So Bigfoot is now part of the Hot Wheel circuit.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen the Hot Wheels circuit. I've only done the Monster Jam one. I know they're like competitors.
Yeah, so the Hot Wheel circuit is a competitor to Monster Jam, but they're up in Pacific. I was up there last year.
Okay.
Big fans of the show.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure if we asked nicely, they would let you take Bigfoot for a spin.
Yeah, let me rip it.
Hey, where is this? I want to put this
Up in
the
Pacific.
notes.
Let her rip, tater chip.
You see
The
it
one
on
you see
highway
outside
there.
the grocery stores, and I don't think works, that one.
Off
Yeah,
44.
And that's Bigfoot in Pacific?
Oh, yeah. They have a whole
Dude,
warehouse
that is like
there.
getting to drive Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I'd
Yes.
love
They have
to.
a whole warehouse out there.
Oh, my
I got
gosh.
the CDL already. You can trust me.
So here's a question for Moon.
Okay.
Someone put it in the chat, and I like this idea. Can I sit on your lap and steer like I'm your son? Technically, can I just get in on your bucket list, sit on your lap, and you let me steer like we're going downtown to buy a newspaper?
You know what? No,
that is a great one, and I will consider it. But you know what? This is my dream.
This is
baby.
your
You're
thing.
right. You're right.
This is my boat.
I'm just saying. I at least want to be there
Yeah,
because I love it.
I think we all should take
I'm
turns.
excited for you. All right. Well, we got a line on that. Second Moon bucket list: reenact Family Battle of Hastings from 1066.
This is the one that made me laugh. What the hell is this?
Yes, LARP.
Reenact the Battle of Hastings. What?
His family battle, no
We-
less.
Yeah, my family was a part of that. The big,
Both sides.
on both sides. My birth family and my blood family and my adopted family.
Is that where you guys fought
Very
a bunch
Game
of
of
emus?
Thrones.
They were mortal.
Hire a professional pest control company because you want to protect what matters. Protect your family, protect your property. As far as the property goes, termites are found in more than 5 million homes on average every year in the U.S. And the termite damage costs homeowners $5 billion each year. And that's not covered by homeowners insurance because it's preventable. It's preventable with Amco Ranger. 100% satisfaction guarantee. You get the best price guaranteed. Amco Ranger is a trusted, local, family-owned business. Been doing it since 1965. And they're your one source for all pest control needs. They offer a complete line of pest control solutions to take your yard back from mosquitoes and ticks, stop the ants, spiders, and roaches from moving into the house, protect your biggest investment, your home, from that costly termite damage, prevent mice from spreading disease and damaging your property, and so much more. It's Amco Ranger, 636-441-BUGS, online at amcoranger.com, protecting what matters since 1965.
How are you, good sir? It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, I'm doing well. We're chugging along on this tour, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, all right, how's the knee going, man? Are you doing okay? And I would assume that Josh has done a lot of apologizing since this all went down. But are you doing all right?
Josh is very sorry, and my knee is still kind of oozing liquid, but we'll be fine.
All right. It's very nice, and I appreciate you being a professional about it and all. But that looked like that hurt, and I know those sorts of things have to happen, and you got to play through the pain. But yikes, it just didn't look pleasant.
Yeah, I mean, as the story goes, I tripped on Josh's drumstick that was on stage, and I mean, just very unlucky circumstance, but also a lesson learned where, hey, we got to make sure that stage stays clear. But yeah, my left knee kind of hit part of the stage, and it kind of sliced it open a little bit, not to be too descriptive. But it's I'm not a huge fan of whenever an artist or performer is either maybe they got like a sickness, or they're not feeling well, or they're almost losing their voice, or they're injured. I don't know if unless obviously there's no way around it, but my default is to hide all that on stage. My default is to present the show as like this is the only show we're playing, all year, and I really do feel like we need to individualize each show as that important, because there are people who are coming to that show that see it as that, and so to downplay a specific show, or to play it easy, or to just kind of phone it in, that's my big.
Who is Trailer Trash Tammy? What happens when you combine random internet trends into a single video?
Home values in city, they're sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Now, your financial advisor thinks the market is peaked, so you're thinking about selling, and it's time. Except for there's two things. There's the high interest rates, which are going to burn you on your new home, or you're not ready to move. Well, savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's wonderful because they will buy your home right now while its value is high, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. So Truehold, they will make a solid cash offer, not a low-ball offer like the others. This is based on your home's current value. And this cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. So Truehold, they cover your property taxes, your insurance, and even your maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, fast way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Hey, it's Jeff backstage at Wayback Point Fest in freaking living color. Look at those guys. They're right there. Thank you guys for taking the time to do this. Much appreciated. Let's get this out of the way. I have an amazing story about, and I just told this on the show. I do the morning show. I'm part of the morning show on The Point. A million years ago when you guys were on a tour opening with Rolling Stones. Yes. Or for Rolling Stones, whatever. Are they closed for you guys is the way I look at it. You guys did the stop at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Yes. 1990, whatever it was, or 80, whatever 89. It was. 89. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm 52. I'm right there, okay? So my dad was a huge fan of the Rolling Stones, right? Not in great health at the time, wasn't walking very well, so I drove him because I'm a fan of you guys, and I was a fan of Rolling Stones because I had to be. And we roll up in his truck, and I let him out at the curb so he can walk in and find his seats, right? And while I park his truck. He gets out, you guys are already on. And he goes, "What the hell is that god-awful noise like that?" And I was like, "Dad, that's the opening band. It's Living Color. That's the band I was telling you about." He walks in, and I park the truck, and by the time he is this, like this. Rocking out. The dude would be 70-something right now if he was still with us, and he found dudes that he graduated high school with, and the last time he saw those people, they were listening to the Rolling Stones, smoking pot, and that's what they were doing. Wow. So because of you guys, I had this amazing moment with my dad. So thank you very much. So that leads me into, and I think maybe that's part of the answer, but why you guys are still doing this. After all of these years, all of the success, all of the touring, all of that, what keeps you guys like driving to do this?
We're trying to get it right at some point, basically.
Are you kidding me?
It's funny. It's a great question. I mean, part of it is, the conversation we started back in the 80s, late 80s. A lot of things that we were talking about through the 90s, a lot of those things haven't gone passe. Like a lot of the songs we, like we're living with the cult of personality right now.
Right.
And we're still living with things like Funny Vibe, and we're still living with things like Open Letter to a Landlord. And a lot of things that like a song like Time's Up is even more relevant. It was really odd. We were kind of doing our little homage to the Bad Brains.
Right.
And Corey come up with these lyrics, and the lyrics are all about the environment. And it seemed really an odd choice at the time, but it's like incredibly in sync with what's happening now. So a lot of what has kept us together is the fact that the things we talked about are still relevant.
And it's great that you say that, because a couple of years ago, 311 was here and in these very chairs, and I was talking with them about, and I followed them since record number one. And they said one of the things that drives them is the fact that music that they put out 20 years ago is even more relevant now than it was back then. For them, it's the legalization of marijuana and the therapeutics of marijuana, which is, my God, that's like story number one almost now. So that's got to be part of that. Now, and the other thing is, one of the guys that's on the show with me is a musician. He actually plays with Goldfinger. He's playing with them tonight. And he obviously knew about you guys, know the radio songs, that sort of thing. Never seen you guys, so I pulled up on YouTube when you guys were on Arsenio Hall. and he's a bass player and a guitar player, and he's, oh my God, that guy is shredding. Oh my gosh. So this guy's 37, 38 years old, never seen you, and cannot wait to see you guys play. That's got to be part of the drive, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
Totally. The way that we play and why we play, I don't think is as important as that we play. I think we have a charge to have something to say. We observe the world in a particular way, and I think it's unique in a musical space. And we have to. I'm talking without a microphone.
That's okay. I know you're not comfortable with a microphone or anything. It's okay. It's new to you.
But I think that as long as we have something to say, I think we're going to try to say it as musically as we possibly can.
Do you guys still get the nerves at all? The good nerves right before you head out on stage?
Yeah, always. And while I'm on stage sometimes too.
While you're on stage too. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Guys, this is Freaking Living Color, and I know this is short and sweet, but thank you very, very, very much for coming in and saying hello. And so many fans.
Show Hot Ones. It's an online show. The host, Sean Evans, interviews A-list celebrities, and as the interview goes on, they're eating chicken wings, which get progressively hotter. I'm also a fan of Stella Artois beer. And Stella Artois is partnering with Hot Ones to bring hot wings and hot trivia to our fair city. Sign up now to compete in 3 rounds of trivia where the questions get more difficult as the wings get hotter. You can either go to Cyberg's or Hot Shots locations, get your team signed up, compete for your chance to win an awesome STL Staycation grand prize, which includes a stay at Live by Lowe's downtown, Stella Artois beer pairing dinner at Bourbon and Clark Restaurant, and Cardinal Suite tickets. Or you can just come hang out, watch the festivities, and earn some free Stella sampling, and your chance at some attendance prizes. I will be at the Hot Shots in Wentzville on Thursday from 6 to 8 o'clock. Come join me, get the team together, have the trivia, have the hot wings, earn some great prizes. All the details at 1057thepoint.com.
Hi, I'm Rizz from the radio, and I've been playing guitar for about 10 months now. And that means I'm ready to teach you how to play.
That is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next, about to hop into the bathroom stall for the number 2 show.
That's right.
That you watch there on the YouTubes. The
Points YouTube.
The Points YouTubes. Yeah, the phone lines are open. The number is
818-532-1420. 818-532-1420. And we'll be there in literally 5 to 10 minutes.
All right. Today's podcast is titled
Chris is definitely a butterfly fart.
Okay. Hurricane Chris.
Hurricane Chris,
On
watch
its way.
out.
On its way. All right, Moon, what else?
There's a Soccer 101 podcast coming up later this week, probably on Thursday. So I encourage you to go subscribe to Soccer 101 wherever you get podcasts. Check out some of the past episodes. Obviously, last week was a big week as far as St. Louis City SC goes. Also, if you're going to be in the LA or San Diego area in 2 weeks, we are Goldfinger is headlining the Wiltern. It's a hometown show. Obviously, not my hometown, but the band's hometown in LA. And then we're playing with Jacob Knoll and Sublime down at Bayfest in San Diego.
All right, Lern.
Just follow me on the socials at Lern versus Radio. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, so
All
you'll want to be
right.
all over that.
Whoa.
Thanks.
Wow. Careful.
All points
Watch
bulletin.
out.
Careful. All right, Rafe.
Yeah, I can't top that. Follow me on the socials at I am Rafe Williams.
All right, Scott.
I'll do something with
Yeah,
it.
follow me at King Scott Rules, and I want to say thank you to the person that emailed it over about the being an extra in the film. I didn't want to shoot down that email. It's very cool you thought of me, but just want to say thank you again for sending it over.
Yeah, that person wrote back, and he said he hates your guts.
I would imagine.
Invitation rescinded.
Yeah.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots from St. Charles. Daniel Pendergraft is our Teamers Member of the Day. And he wants to hear this song. Here it is.